Hi, Kristen. Good to see you.
Yep.
All right. Hi, Peter. Yay! We got some New Yorkers with us today.
Careful not to jiggle the camera.
I don't think you can help it. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you.
Yo, get in there. Hi.
Yay. Oh, thank you.
All the things, folks. All the things.
Okay, here he is.
Sometimes you just feel
He made it.
Almost prepared, and almost is like.
Oh, good.
Well,
We're live on YouTube too. All
hey.
right. Hi, Alan and Elizabeth.
I'm not there yet. It's funny. Going back in time.
I know he went back. Gettysburg, ma'am. Hi, and hello, Dean. Good to see you all. Yay!
Hey, yeah.
So we leave in a week for Ohana. I don't know if you've seen the pile in our dining room, but it's impressive. Aloha, Julie. Good to see you.
Have you been sharing pictures?
I shared a picture yesterday.
Oh, you did?
It's grown since yesterday.
It has grown.
It has taken over our dining room.
It's like that strange growth on your plants in the garden. You're like, wow, it's larger than yesterday. What? You know, that kind of thing. That kind of growth. Exponential.
What, you don't get growths like that in your plants?
What, you don't? Yeah, we've had some strange growth.
Hi, Errol. Good to see you.
Turned out to be some kind of mold.
Oh, and Lisa, good.
Yeah.
Lisa and Errol, hello.
Mm-hmm.
And hi, Eric.
And did you say 1 week until we leave?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Ah! Well, no. Actually, it's good. It's good, you know.
It is good. We can get all that stuff out of our dining room.
One is primarily prepared.
Hi, Kelly. Good to see you.
Hey. Good to see you. Good to see you indeed. I had wanted to. Gotta be very careful here. See if I can arrange this.
I feel like these haven't moved, but I feel like, are you a little...
Am I taller?
No, we're off to the side. I don't want you to bonk your head on a bunch of Deadhead bottles.
That's going to hurt me, and that would be pretty good warning.
That's why I don't want it to happen.
Against...
Hi, Toby.
What is simply saying? Hey!
Oh, Mom's asking if we can show the pile. Yeah, let's get a drink in us and see if we can.
Then we'll dislodge the camera.
We have to
take a walkabout.
Grab the tripod and try to go walkabout.
I think we would. To be absolutely honest with you, it would be extreme pain to do that this way.
Maybe I'll just post another picture of it.
We're not really portable.
It's.
Tell you the truth.
Yeah, but it's no joke. It's grown since yesterday.
Oh yeah, this isn't plugged in. Okay.
Oh well, yeah, it works better when it's plugged in.
Works better when it's plugged in, you know. I suddenly thought about this. I'm like, yeah, we get power back here. It's easy.
Last minute thoughts. Anyway. Are people excited?
Of course they are.
I'm excited. So, for my first drink of the evening, because why stand on ceremony? Let's get started.
First hat trick.
My first drink of the evening will be one that I created in honor of Lake George.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in my Bachelor Pad magazine article last summer.
Summer issue. Yeah.
But I don't know if I've made it on here before. Yay. Oh, hi, Fred.
I have the strange feeling that you have not. Hey,
Fred started the countdown too. Oh, Callie, I wish you could be there too. We'll miss you.
In the immortal words of both me and
Kristen's excited.
Sam has actually dropped in on this too. Ah!
Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's going to be good.
Oh, hi, Satellite.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I call this drink $1 Million Beach.
After the actual $1 Million Beach.
In Lake George.
At Lake George, right there on the lake.
But I'm calling this one $1 Million Beach 2022 because I have altered it.
You know, like those groups that had a big hit record and then they really didn't have another big hit record, so their record
he's re-released
it 4 years later.
Re-releasing.
And they call it like Walk Don't Run 64 or something like that. All you music fans will totally sympathize with that.
$1 Million Beach 2022 calls for 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum.
That's a pretty fair way to start a thingy, isn't it?
I think so.
Yep.
And then I need the banana.
The banana. We have to have
banana liqueur. I say in my recipe a ½ ounce of Giffard Banane du Brazil because that's the only banana liqueur I know of that isn't horrible.
Yeah.
But This is in a Banana du Brazil bottle, but
as a matter of fact,
we make our own.
This was made by us.
So we made
some years ago. It's totally still viable. And if you make
actually, you know what? You can go back.
I can go back.
I know what's in this, so we can read comments.
We actually found a good formula to make it online, and you soak the bananas, fresh bananas in the stuff.
Oh, like the Standells.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, Peter, I hope so. I hope we'll see you there next year. That'd be fun.
Like Dirty Water 69 when the Standells are out of hits.
Ma'am.
That kind of stuff.
Gettysburg ma'am says, Mountain Brew Shandy.
Hey! Now you're talking.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
I need the shirt that totally coordinates with this dress.
There is a shirt that coordinates with this dress, but he doesn't have it.
I don't have it. I have a lot of great shirts that coordinate. We have some great matchy wear. But, I do the best I can.
A half ounce of the banana.
You can make this.
Hi, Jen.
When you make it, it looks so horrible at the end. You're like,
oh yeah,
God, it just looks dismal. And it doesn't really look that great as is. It's this weird brown. But the taste is fab. It's like, wow, that's banana. Great. That's banana. Because there's all sorts of other banana liqueurs you can get out there, and they're pretty yellow. They're kind of chartreuse. And the taste is pretty one-dimensional. So I recommend this stuff. Or make it your own.
So, half ounce of your banana, either Banana du Brazil or homemade.
There's another one on the market, and I'm trying to think of, I think Combier makes a banana, and I would try it.
We saw one that I thought, like, okay, I would give that a chance.
I would, that's a very reputable brand. We had the Combier apricot that was really nice. And they have a full line. You find one in the store, and you're like, what else do you make? Like 20 other things.
Quarter ounce pineapple juice. Quarter ounce orange juice. This is full, so I'm a little...
Oh, yeah. Very careful, slow pour. Blurp. And there you go. A little bit more. Maybe a little bit more.
All right.
But definitely. Hello, Jenlyn.
And then,
so good to see you. Hello. Oh, that's actually...
Oh, Errol. I tried the mulberry wine. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah? I was asking about that.
Lovely.
Interesting.
Okay, and then...
Converse amongst yourselves while we
half
mix.
Ounce fresh lime juice. And
plus, to boot,
5 dashes ginger bitters.
Ginger bitters. This is the hella ginger. If you don't recognize that label, because you have an old bottle of this stuff, they have changed labels.
They did change their labels.
Same old stuff, same great taste.
Okay.
Etc. Etc.
All right.
Let your taste decide. New formula Coke.
Got this lovely table over here, but still awkward to reach over.
It's
shake with eyes.
There's a certain lack of space behind us that we normally have at the other bar. Like this is
which is so spacious.
It's spacious, But if we cleared off this business, we'd probably have some. But we'd have less decor behind us. What you gonna do? There's that sound again.
$1 Million Beach. I'm going to strain it into
a cocktail glass. You're going to have a bonus bit, aren't you?
Tiki cocktail glass.
That is the...
I am going to have extra.
Tiki cocktail glass.
These glasses are sort of small.
The glass is currently available from Trader Vic's.
I think they are still available from Trader. I hope they are.
Now that I've announced that they are, I hope they are. But you can check the Vic's site. They have like a lot of ceramics on sale. They have some vintage stuff on sale.
Right.
They might have menus and stuff, but I don't know about that. They definitely are busting into the vaults to find some fun stuff for you.
And I'm going to give it a lime twist.
A lime twist? She likes hers with a twist.
Now, I happen to know this one's good because I tried it out.
We protoed this earlier today. It's good. But definitely. I will sample this again.
So good.
Yeah. Right. When this was originally prototyped, it was...
Oh, good. Lisa's on Facebook, too. Hi on Facebook, Lisa.
2 big platforms. We used to use a different rum originally and fewer ingredients.
Yeah, it was more of just an amber rum.
You were thinking it just needed to be rounded out a bit with a few things, and I think this nailed it. So this is definitely recommending the $1 Million 2022.
Not to put too fine a point on it, when I originally created it, it was with Sponsor Rum. And they're not sponsoring it this time, so we
changed it.
I'm not going to say which rum it was.
Other reasons for the things and things like that. So,
peachy,
excellent. Converse amongst yourselves. I obviously need a thingy, although I usually ramble on for 15 minutes before I get one.
Oh, Johnny, we can't wait to see you.
Oh, please, yeah. So it's been some years.
Peter's asking what bitters would go with Grand Marnier. Many bitters would do it with Grand Marnier.
I will say right off the bat, sometimes with an orange liqueur, I will use orange bitters to punch it, because I think the flavor could use a little help. With Marnier, I don't think he needs any help. So I would think you want to try an old-fashioned, and there's lots of great old-fashioned bitters out there. I would try the ginger that she just used.
Oh, yeah,
those are two good things to start right off with. And I might have something right here that I think would complement it well.
Oh, yeah.
We got the Infused Bitters Tropical Tiki. This is like a real standard bitters formula. It has like gentian root and whatnot. It's got a bunch of junk in there. It's like some ginger chopped up and maybe it's
And when I went back to the store, they were out of it. So I feel like I'm going to have to go online and order it now.
Apparently popular. I think there's some flowers in there. Who knows? But anyway, it's got a really nice nose and a profile. And I'm going to use it in my drinks tonight.
Yay.
So, but I remembered one specialty piece of glassware. You might recognize this little shotgun shell over here. No comment. It's just a shotgun shell. And there is another item that I definitely had to wash, so I did, and I didn't grab it. So I'm going to go get it and be back. And then I can.
That was such a weird word salad.
Yeah. I'm not going to try to repeat that.
I bet you couldn't if you wanted to. It is a little warm in here. It's not nearly as hot here as it is in some parts of the country. Like I'm sure Lisa and Errol are broiling. But is it really bad where you all are? Oh, Sam, is it really broiling there? I know that some of you are in places where it sounds really, really hot. So let us know. So I have a vintage appetizer to share with you too. This one, the recipe is from the Hawaii Kai cookbook, but it features a lot of ingredients that I don't know whether they're just hard to source now or whether they were always hard to source, but I had to make some substitutions. But okay, it's 78 in Boise, satellite's saying. Upper 90s in Houston. Okay, haven't broken 100. Wow, okay, still it's June, you know. Kristen, it's the banana is there. I wouldn't call it really banana forward. Would you, Paul?
You know, if I say banana forward, let me step into the whole,
it's definitely there. I mean, what I'm getting more than anything else is the dark rum.
If I were to say banana forward, you might think of that typical banana flavor you get out of the yellow stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not like that at all.
And those big, tall, blue beachy drinks. No, but this is definitely getting like that note that's like, yeah, that tastes like you mushed up some banana in there.
Eric says it's 93 there. Jennifer says perfect 75 in Costa Mesa.
Oh.
Rainy and dreary in Tacoma, Dean says.
At this exact moment outside, we've got some pretty ideal Costa Mesa weather, I'd say. It's like we're getting
it's nice here.
It's like there's a slight
outside
breeze.
The house.
It's kind of
inside
cold.
the house, it's broiling. But
I'd say temperature is probably clocking in at about 68 or something, and it was really warm today, so it's on the nice side of 68. So
Lisa found a shot shell glass in Beaumont, Texas.
Yep.
Nice score.
Excellent.
Yay.
Antique store find. Well, the original on these, I believe, are the glass. This is like a chromed glass that forms the whole
73 in
shell.
New Hampshire.
And the newest versions of these are all ceramic. So you can get those from Vic's if you actually visit a Vic's and you decide to get a one of these, which I'm going to make for my second round, then you can buy the container.
Record-setting high-low temps. Wow.
High lows. Go up to 85.
Wow.
78 by 2.
Oh my gosh.
Galveston feels like the type of place that's like invariably 105 during the summer because...
Well, Galveston's on the water.
On the water. So, it feels like you should get a good breeze, but you should get fantastic humidity.
I feel like it would be nice. I always think like being on the water was really lovely. So
it should be good.
Yeah.
It should be good. So, hey, let us know. Anyway, let's get something going on here. Do we have a shot to measure with? No.
It's always something.
It's always something. I should have remembered that when I went out. The one pony in the shot would be great.
I got it.
That one would be awesome. There are some little markings on the side of my pouring tin here.
Too.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's good. And I will take that mug as long as you're there.
Oh.
Because that's what this is going to pour into. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that's right. You're not making... Oh, do you want a straw?
I'll take a straw.
Oh, okay. Let me get straws.
It's always something. We had some straws out here last week, and then it's like, oh, let's clear all that and clean everything up.
We had to wash them.
It went back to where it started from. It's always something. But
we had to wash them.
So let's start out. Excellent, thank you. Good, and good for you to have.
All right.
This place is right
90 today, Lisa says. Wow.
Ping! Yowza. That's, we have definitely had temperatures. Have we hit the 90s yet, or was it just 80s?
Oh, yeah. Well,
there were a couple
of
days
today,
where it
but...
really got up, and and we had to throw a couple ACs in the windows. After that, it blew off. Like, it blew away the hell off.
You can't sleep. Yeah.
And it was actually pretty nice. And we've really just been sleeping with the fan going and keeping the windows
Hi, Nick.
It's been nice, it's been pretty civil. But we're getting to that point where we're just going to have to start running the AC.
Before and humid in Rochester. Oh, need rum, ice, and fixins. Amen. Amen.
I'll take that lot.
Hi, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, Southern California, nice.
Listeners SoCal. Hey, excellent. So we got a couple of SoCal listeners happening there.
92 at 7:15.
So, 1:15. This is like prime time.
Hi, Amy.
Happy hour for all you SoCal folks now, isn't it?
Amy's counting down to Ohana.
All you NoCal folks as well. Hey. Okay, folks. Time for me to make a thing.
Beware the urge to wash and clean things, Jennifer says.
Seriously.
See what happens. You take it inside, you wash it, and then it's not here when you need it. So.
There we go. Definitely happening. All right, so I decided to make a Vic's classic. And this is something that he apparently pioneered for the first Señor Pico's, which opened in 1964. Every time Vic's had a new restaurant, he did a variation on the Mai Tai. So for Señor Pico, what's he going to use? Tequila, of course. I'll take that tequila. And just like a Mai Tai, you need 2 ounces of your base. So
I had one of these at Trader Vic's in Atlanta.
Yeah. So it's still on the menu happening there. It's a good one. Sometimes you just want to vary it up a bit. Vic's has on their menu.
Oh, Terry, you're going to be at Ohana. Yay!
Hey! Excellent. Well, I'm glad to see you.
Please come up to our table and say hi.
Come up to us, say hi, state your name. State your name. Because we don't see your face on these things. So, I'll be like, who is? And then you'll have your badge with your moniker, Mine will simply say Captain Quad. That's an old moniker. That's me. Velveteen Lounge, you'll recognize in a second. But, yeah, you'll know us. But I may not know you. Say hi.
Good to see you. But, yeah, please, come to our table.
I'll take the lime juice, please.
Over 100 in Las Vegas. Oh, my gosh.
Ping! The desert is lovely.
What did you need?
Lime juice.
Lime is.
So, like the Mai Tai, this will take half an ounce. A lot of classic formulas will say half a lime. Give yourself a good medium-sized lime, and half a lime is about half an ounce. If you have one of those baseball-sized things, that's probably an ounce.
Did you want the Grand Marnier?
No, I think this stuff's good. I've actually been really enjoying this. I picked this up so that we wouldn't run down the Marnier so fast. This is also a brandy-based orange liqueur.
It's a dry heat.
It's the dry heat, they say. They tell you that when you're sweating your
105
left coronary off out there in the desert. Oh, it's a dry heat. Have fun to your orange liqueur.
Oh, Nick, yeah, I recognize you. Yeah.
Hello.
Yay. I'm glad you're coming back.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Ping.
87, Gettysburg Ma'am says. Wow.
I found some orgeat.
I'm really glad you guys are coming back. Yay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm really glad to see you. If you were the first timers from last time who were just around and you were on Sunday, definitely.
No, yeah, it is.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. See? I remember the folks from the pool. That's a great thing. And do I have all the ingredients? Are you all in there? Let's see. I got the base. I got this. I got that. I got the lime. Yeah, that's it.
Shot?
I got the orgeat. I just did. You put it in the mixing tin and it's like, it doesn't look like much. It's like, that's a Mai Tai. Yeah, well, this is 2 ounces of stuff. So, gonna need ice. Gonna need ice. If you could.
I can.
I'd be glad. Yeah, good solid handful. If you have some of the beat up stuff in the bottom, that's even better, but whatever you got in there. This calls for crushed ice. Well, I'm not about to crush ice and then have it melt.
You like my high-tech ice scoop?
High-tech ice scoop, Seriously. No ceremony here, folks. I think another one of those, and that's probably a little bit more, actually. Got a larger vessel than usual. I'll find out. Let that hang for a second.
Oh, he's using an Ohana mug.
I am going to gas this up with a little Angostura bitters, the orange bitters, and I've got the Hamilton Beach, which Vix uses them, so I'm using them. Yeah, no.
The Hamilton
Beach. This is a shake maker. 5 seconds on there, and you're in great shape.
It sounds like a game show. And a shake maker.
And a shake maker from Hamilton Beach.
Oh, you need decorations.
I do need decor.
Here.
So this is the Ohana mug from 2012. This was designed by Squid, like all of them. It's got that nice, it's not one of those, well, it's very close to one of those that's got that
Yay,
that
Terry
finish.
Plans on making the rounds. Awesome.
Hey, going to see you. We will see you. This is the shield from the poolside, from the Paradise. All over the lake, etc., etc. So we pour in.
Elizabeth says, it's been windy off and on, so it's like being in a blow dryer.
I'll take another handful of ice. Matter of fact. Is this 2012?
It doesn't have a year on it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to take
it's
a look.
one of the shag ones.
It's close enough, folks. But definitely. That's good. Thank you. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Bit of a stir.
Oh, you need a...
I need...
Sprig.
The sprig of mint. I actually chose this one for this drink. I got a straw. And finally, your lime shell, which you saved from squeezing the limes. And away we go.
It does smell good. I smell that mint.
This is a good one. Like, you can... If you're like, oh, I don't know, I've never had the tequila, but you don't mind tequila, give it a try. You know, some people have a little trouble with tequila for various reasons. I would say, don't drink this one then.
Yep, but Amy is Sweet Leilani.
Hello.
Yeah, people, share your Ohana handles.
Ohana handle. So I know who you are.
That would be great. Yeah, if you're going to be at Ohana, share your Ohana name.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Please do. Put that over there.
So, that's a great idea, Amy. Thank you. So our little appetizer, I will just...
Oh, yes.
Okay, so, yeah, this is... It's called Coconut Delight. And I didn't have time to go to more than one market today, and I couldn't find plum preserves.
Nor could you find 5-spice powder.
So I substituted. Well, and we have had the 5-spice powder, but nowhere in that store was there 5-spice powder.
I think I found like what goes into it and ground it up myself, and you know that wasn't happening today, and I'm not sure we have all the stuff anyway.
So for our version of these, all you do is bring a brick of cream cheese to room temperature. You could definitely use vegan cream cheese, and then you mix in 2 tablespoons of, they were calling it plum brandy sauce. Since ours doesn't have plum, I'm calling it brandy sauce. Brandy sauce. And a pinch of salt. And then you let that refrigerate, and then when it's chilled, roll it into balls and roll the balls in coconut.
And you roll it.
And I will just very quickly tell you what goes into the sauce I made, which is actually really good. The substitutions work. 1/4 cup chutney, 1/4 cup chili sauce. 1/4 cup cherry preserves, 1/2 cup apricot preserves, a pinch of za'atar.
Well, that's become a very popular spice mixture these
2
days.
tablespoons brandy. I doubled up on the brandy.
Yeah, smart gal.
1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons honey, 1/2 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup cider vinegar. And I didn't use this, so I'm removing it. So never mind on that one. So that's what went into it. It's really good. And then you simmer that for 5 minutes, and you can use it right then or refrigerate it. And they say it will keep indefinitely in the fridge. I'm not sure whether I believe that, but...
We'll find out if it's growing anything, but if you get that much vinegar going on in there, it is going to, as they say, retard spoilage. Slowed down.
Okay, let's see. All right. Got that handled.
You got a handle?
I got a handle on it.
It's always good to... It's
go
always
back
good
to the... So that's the food. I'm trying to do food in these.
Always good to have your liquor by the handle, I say. Get a handle on your liquor.
Now, what is chili sauce? You Yankees call it something different than we do. So it's... the one that we got is actually Pennsylvania Dutch.
That's the Bosford?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like some Pennsylvania Dutch brand, and it's really sweet.
Yeah, that chili sauce tends to be chilies with some kind of sweet base. It's almost like a sweet and sour sauce.
Sam's doing the bowl again this year. Yay!
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. Well, oh yeah, we're going to be seeing something interesting from there, huh? Last time around was big fun. That's all I got to say about that.
You want to try a bowl?
I would be glad to try.
So let's try one of my bowls.
So if you see something in your store, which is basically a chili sauce that's not hot, that's like more sweet, and it's not that sweet Thai sauce that is actually like a really hot chili with some sweetness to it.
No,
this is more like a sweet and sour sauce with some chilies added. So you get a little bit of heat, but mostly it's kind of a sweet and sour thing.
Those are really good.
If you see that kicking around, whatever the heck that's called, I'd like to know what that's called in Texas. You know?
Those are really good.
Oh.
I brought out crackers, but we seem to be ignoring them. I have this.
I had a cracker.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I could use some spray if you don't mind. A little sticky. Captain Luau.
Bano.
Oopsie, I love it. I love everyone's hands.
See?
It's so fun.
Watch for these names and you'll know who you've been talking to. Hilarity, hilarity.
I wanted some more spray.
Which makes one go. I don't know what I just dumped, but oh, I know what I just dumped. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So still enjoying the Pinky. If you ever want one of these and you're in a place that happens to make a really good Mai Tai and they have no idea what you're talking about, say, sub some Reposado tequila for the rum. And there you go. That's it. That's the only sub. Same old, same old.
We call that ketchup. It's not dissimilar, actually.
There's probably a lot in common with, and this thing is, the product that we have is made in Pennsylvania, kind of essentially a local product to us. I think they're calling it Pennsylvania Dutch, so presumably in like some
it's kind of chunky
community.
though. It's kind of chunky, like a chunky ketchup.
The one we got is also full of onions, which is not an unusual ingredient in a chili sauce, I'd say. I'm trying to think of.
I have made my own. I remember a recipe one time called for chili sauce, and I was I looked at the ingredients and I was so disgusted because it was so. I think it was like tomato paste, vinegar, and sugar. I can make that myself, and I did, and it worked. So you can make your own.
I've seen it look an awful lot like cocktail sauce, for shrimp. But the cocktail sauce will typically have horseradish. I've never seen that in chili sauce. We're still trying to decipher what this might be and what's in it. We should find a bottle of it and say, these are the ingredients. Find this in your local store, and then you know. But basically, it's a sweet sauce with the peppers. It will definitely have that in there. But it looks an awful lot like a sweet and sour sauce from the Chinese place.
The one I looked at, just the plain old chili sauce, it was literally tomato paste, vinegar, sugar, and maybe some water. That was it.
That sounds like ketchup. That's what that sounds like.
It's like, that's ridiculous. I can make that.
I can make that. The heck. So, but when I see it made in a jar and it's calling itself chili sauce, you usually see the pepper flakes, the pepper seeds. So, because it's got the ground up. So, and those are probably like not habanero peppers. Probably like dried serrano peppers used in that.
In chili sauce?
In chili sauce, yeah.
That would be way too hot for most people.
Well, it's what? That's exactly the one we got.
That's it.
That's it. If you take a look carefully at that, that's what we used. Used that on some wieners recently. It was very good. Sweet sauce, hot peppers, sounds like it. The stuff that we're talking about isn't...
That's it, Sam.
The consistency on that Thai sauce is different. That's actually like a ground up pepper. So you've got like a really hot sauce that's got the consistency of like a sriracha, which is designed to be like a Thai chili, but with a lot of sweetness added.
I love sriracha.
Yeah, and if the stuff you're looking at looks a lot more like sweet and sour sauce, but it's hot, but it's got a little heat to it, that's what we're talking about.
Did you see that there's supposedly going to be a sriracha shortage?
Of the actual hui fong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there was a bad pepper crop.
Supply line problems, I tell you.
So, yeah. Better stock up.
Stock up. Grow your own. We are actually growing our own peppers, that is, in the backyard. We already harvested one jalapeno, and it was weird. It wasn't like the usual stubby thing. It was really long. but I sliced it open and it was just jalapeno. So that went into breakfast. It's good.
Errol says, speaking of disgusting ingredients, Lisa gets upset when I call hot dogs beaks, feet, and mystery meat. Oh, no.
Nitrate cycles is more like it. Well, back in the day, you look at these food history shows that we happen to enjoy, who knows what was going into the dogs? Some pretty disreputable stuff. The old-fashioned wiener manufacturers. But if you get something like a Sabret's or a Nathan's, your New York street vendor brand dogs,
street meat.
Usually are Sabret's. These things are actually advertised as all beef dogs.
Advertised.
Yeah. But you take a look at the ingredients and it's just like it's beef, nitrate, salt. It's just like it's way too much salt really for what it is. And they're a little greasy, but they're good. If you get them with a natural casing, that's kind of fun too. Interestingly enough, not pork intestines being used. I think it's usually sheep. Usually sheep they use. I don't know why.
This is a lovely conversation.
Yeah, we're just talking about carving things. All you vegetarians, sorry. Talking about what's in the wieners, which is usually pretty questionable.
Yeah, sweet sauce with hot pepper sounds like a Thai chili sauce. Yeah. I love Thai chili sauce.
I happen to like that a lot. Yeah. Because the first time I had that was in a Thai place, and I had that whole stuff. I'm like, ooh, where do I get that? So we have had that on premises. I think we did kill it. So I guess we've got to get more. But we usually have sriracha around to do various things with. And there are many brands these days.
Thank you, Amy. So, Amy's bringing jalapeno Spam. It was called Sabret's Rat Dogs.
Rat Dogs. Oh! You're getting a real impression of the street vendor dirty water dog there. Oh, man. I have one recommendation about those New York street dogs. Find the folks who are grilling them as well and ask for them grilled. That's a much better idea. Yeah. Because they'll just take it out of the freezer compartment, toss it on the grill, bang. And that's what you want anyway.
This gave me a chill up my spine.
Oh, dirty water dogs.
You know what? Oh, Sam has some vegan Spam. I'm bringing vegan Spam too.
You're going to be manufacturing this.
Yeah, we made vegan Spam, and it's quite respectable. I'm happy with it. So
it is a soy-based product. So all of you folks with the soy
allergies, if you can't do soy,
stick to the regular product. But if you're like, well, I could try that, give it a whirl. The texture is quite good, and the flavor is kind of spot on. I think that that combination of flavors, the way that you did it, because you gassed up the smoky flavor and all that.
Yeah, I experimented.
Works really well.
So, yeah. Going to start marinating it Monday
sounds about right. Yep, here we go. Carefully. Ooh,
I get it. Yeah, Sam, you get a slider. Mm-hmm. You get a slider. Mm-hmm. You get at least one slider. I bought a lot. I don't want to eat a dog that has been loaded. Oh, jeez. Let me run lukewarm hot dog water for a few hours. Oh, jeez. It's like a, I don't want to say greasy bath, but.
It's a little greasy.
It's a little greasy, but I feel like what else, like hot dog juice.
Because there's a fat content to the dogs, which comes out in the water, so you have a slick going on.
It's more than that.
This is getting really, really appetizing.
I was going to say, we're probably grossing some people out here, but we go there.
Ultimately, I really
hot dog broth.
Hot dog broth.
You can see that in cartons in the store next to like bone broth.
Bone broth,
chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Veggie broth.
Veggie broth. Hot dog broth. Hot dog broth, all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Shudder.
Turkey stock. No, the hot dog water. All right, what else would be it? Because it leaches out some of the saltiness and the nitrates or all that, so you get that going on. And a savory flavor. And I think, you know what? I don't think I've actually boiled a dog to make it in ages. A very, very long time. They go on the grill. They go on the flat.
Hi, Jamie.
Bang. Brilliant.
Don't start a beef about vegan spam.
So, sorry for the icky talk, but when you start talking about hot dog water, well, that usually ends up with the same conversation, doesn't it?
No, I'm just picturing, because this is how my mind works, the inner workings of Kelly's mind, making some recipe and serving it to people and being like, oh, delicious. Now, I wouldn't try to fool anyone. Like, if someone was vegan, I would not serve this to them, or vegetarian, but I'm like, this is delicious. What's the secret ingredient? Hot dog broth.
Hot dog broth, that kind of stuff.
Toby chicken, start that beef. All right. There you go.
Warm.
Woo.
Warm out here.
All right.
We have the couple of the louvers cracked, by which I mean opened, and they are not really getting the cross ventilation going here, but we do have other things popped out here. It's civil, and I would tell you if we could pop the front door, it'd be great. Really get the thing
Good
going.
night, Jennifer.
Ah. Ew.
Nothing to do with the current conversation. That's what she says.
But thank you
I'm
for
just
stopping
teasing you,
by.
Jennifer. She knows I'm teasing her.
Excellent to see you.
We go back.
Oh yeah, we go back. Yes.
We go back years. Anyway.
I'm just telling you. But the vegan spam, it worked out very well. I wish that we could find a similar base for it that's not soy based, because we have some patrons here who do not do the soy, and if you don't do it, you don't do it at all. And then you take a look at list of ingredients on things, you go, it's in everything. It's in bread. It's in biscuits. It's in your cereal. Like, how the hell do I get away from soy? It's kind of a pain. It's like if you have to restrict wheat in your diet. We tried that for a second, and wheat is in bloody well everything.
I realized wheat wasn't my problem.
Really? Yeah, and they realize it's not your problem. You're like, phew, because doing away with it is a real pain. That's the stuff. So.
We'll have to come after September and Kelly will melt.
We'll give that a whirl then.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom. Woohoo!
I know. Well,
next
sounds
week.
like, yay, next week. I can't wait.
Next week, count 'em week, we will be on site.
Yes.
We're leaving that day.
We'll be going live.
Probably
knock on wood. From the lake.
Yep. With any luck, we will be...
Yeah, soy and corn. You're right, Amy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, corn all over the place. Cheap. That's why it is. We're going live from the pool if we can. We'll see if we can actually rig that up. I mean,
I think the pool might be closed at that hour.
We'll see what we can do.
But we'll try to rig up something fun.
Perhaps we can prevail upon somebody to simply open up. And we can always be like on the deck, I guess.
We can always be in our room.
Always be in our room. We'll see what's what.
Our room will be...
We just need connectivity. This thing is battery powered.
The giant pile will be in our room.
Giant pile.
But our room's fun. We have the same room every year.
Yes,
so
we do.
It's become like our home away from home for 5 days.
Good old 147.
145.
145? I thought it was 147.
145.
140 something. And
now he's going to try to get into 147.
Yeah, I'm on 147, the adjoining room. That's the fun part. So there's that.
Oh, we're going to be in the first wave too.
Hey! Oh, no, we're in the second wave.
Oh, hi, Ellen. Oh, no, we're in the second wave. He's right. We can come to your room.
We can do it.
Yay.
For once.
Good. Yes, we're in the second wave.
For once we can do it.
Hi, Ellen.
Hello, Ellen. Good to have. I want to see which year is
this.
Hi,
Abra. Good to see you.
This is 2017, this whistle.
Where's the Wienermobile? Oh, hi, Chaz.
Oh, hey, Chaz.
Gosh, it's been like before the pandemic since I've seen the Wienermobile.
I remember seeing it, probably 2018 at the South Street Seaport.
I saw it in Times Square.
Yeah, we probably saw it around the same time, didn't we? And the Wienermobile showed up.
Barbara.
There was a side grill that was actually slinging the wieners that you could get, and they had the guy with the jetpack.
Oh, I can't wait to see your room.
They had like the jet-powered, the guy who flies around the Astrodome kind of thing. So I was there I was hearing these massive noises coming from the seaport. I take a look down, I'm like, hey, it's the Wienermobile. So I go down and check it out, and they're handing out earplugs because this jetpack is making horrendous noise as this guy zips around the place. It was cool, though.
Lisa says, I think I need to ground Errol to his room for unappealing conversations. Errol says, I used to eat soybeans when we would harvest them. Okay. Yeah, sort of like weird. Yeah, I get it.
Well, if you go
like
to
edamame.
A Japanese restaurant, they will serve you like the boiled edamame.
Yeah,
which are quite
exactly.
Good. Yeah, as long as you can eat them. And, Errol didn't start the conversation about the hot dog water, just saying. He might have contributed materially to the whole concept, gotta say. Tom
had a vegan Philly cheesesteak the other day that was really excellent. Wow, nice.
Wow.
I love it.
We have had a vegan beef product.
Yeah, we did.
It was an imitation, and
it was pretty good.
I'm not going to call that a 1-for-1, but the texture was good, the flavor was good, and like as a cold cut, it actually served its purpose in a sandwich. So I would say, like, if you're like, yeah, I had to go vegan, but I kind of miss the texture of having that sandwich, that's the way to go.
Oh, Chaz is in Wisconsin near Madison and Oscar Mayer. Oscar Madison.
Now
I never put that together before.
Never
Oscar Madison, like an odd
Oscar
couple.
Madison. It's like Dwayne Reed.
Oh.
Did you ever see the Wienermobile and ask for and receive the Wiener whistle? That's the standard thing.
I went into the Wienermobile in Times Square. I was by myself. I was in the city. I was doing business stuff, but I saw the Wienermobile. I'm like, I'm going in. So I was the only non-tourist in there, and they were really focusing on the kids, but I didn't care because
you didn't get a whistle.
I did not get a whistle, but I sat in the Wienermobile.
You just sat in the Wienermobile. Kind of cool. It'd be great to drive it, I gotta say.
I know.
Crank down the highway in the Wienermobile. Whoa, rocking down the highway.
Errol says, told my coworker I have a room. He too is married. He asked, how did you manage to get a room?
Ah!
Oh, that's hilarious. Wait, the video is stuck on Facebook? Oh my gosh, Facebook people, are we stuck?
Switch to YouTube.
Switch to YouTube.
Not happening on Facebook. We're on both platforms. We will always be on both platforms just because they both work, and you can always try your smart TV too. But if you want to comment, you got to be on one of these platforms. So, as always. And my one plug of the evening, you see at the lower left, there is a tip jar. If you have capacity and you would like to, that is how to do it. There you go. That's my commercial plug for the evening. Turning off. So.
Oh, you unstuck it. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right, good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay.
Temporary glitch, it can happen. Every time something like that happens and there's zero explanation, I always say, oh, bad data. Some bad data got into the works.
Temporary glitch.
That's when you restart the modem and, do the whole process and it's like, oh, everything's fine. What happened? I don't know.
Night, Peter.
Hey, we will see you in no time.
I know. No, Peter's not going to be there this year, but...
No, I don't mean at the event, but we'll see you in no time.
Yeah, well, we'll see you soon, Peter.
Interesting but true.
Okay, good. All right.
Good. Okay. Good. So Facebook is apparently behaving, which is potentially unusual.
My point about Ohana and going live next week is I know that the internet can be wonky.
Yeah, sometimes non-existent.
So we're taking our live video camera, but if that doesn't work, we may be doing this on two phones, one for Facebook and one for YouTube.
When we first started going to both platforms, this is what we did. They literally looked different because they were at different levels, because they were different tripods. It was hilarious to try to set this up, this could be real fun. We may just have a portable and be able to go around with that. But we will try our best to simply use our normal camera and make it work the way it does and do what we do to you from here, as we do every Wednesday. Let me see if I can say that again. No, I can't. So, well, we'll see you in a week. And with any luck, we'll be poolside. And if we can't be poolside, we'll probably be on deck.
They close up that pool.
I'll try it.
Jeez. Climb the fence?
I'll climb over the fence, sure. I'll just ask him, can we be down there at the pool?
So Paul will go live from the pool, and I'll be on the other side of the fence.
I'll be in the donut-shaped floaty, floating around, and every once in a while I'll
it won't be there yet.
Come to the edge. I'll find it, and I'll just get a refill on this thing. So there you go. I can't have this in the pool, though. I'll have to have a plastic cup. We have some nice plastic cups.
I'll have to be tossing him drinks in an airtight container, because I'm not climbing.
Not going to do it. Boom.
I know.
Just throw me a can.
I'm too much of a goody two-shoes to climb.
Canned cocktails. I have done this before when I really needed to get something out of there and they were all locked up and I was like, oh, for Pete's sake, I'm not going to try to find somebody.
Well, no, that was, I stand by that because one of our items, I forget what it was, was in there and they wouldn't unlock the pool for us, so he just climbed the fence.
I said, screw it, climb the fence, boom, done. Make it easy.
Oh, no issue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heat in basement home bars. I wish we could have a bar in our basement. That would rock.
The basement...
micro glitch, Eric says.
Micro glitch. The basement beams are coming up to about 5'4" or so, which hits me right about there. So you kind of got to duck. So it's really not built for people of, stature.
I was going to say, if
you're quite a tall person, you want to be careful down there.
If we had a bar in our basement, it would have to be a sitting bar.
Sitting bar. There's also the fact that, there's a certain moisture issue. I'm arresting it currently with the dehumidifier, but it really needs to be taken care of a little better. whoever designed this house originally didn't think too much about making a walk-in basement. So
Sam says we had to climb the fence into the Fort William Henry one time.
Oh boy! Yeah.
Oh,
all kinds of fun, folks.
That's
all kinds
hilarious.
of fun.
I would be more inclined to climb over a fence if I'm not in a dress like this.
That is a real no.
I need to be dressed for climbing.
That's a no-go.
You gotta be dressed for climbing.
It's one thing to be in the shorts like I have, and still like these pockets are going to get caught on everything. So the ladies are like, no.
Oh my gosh!
Don't happen.
Alan and Elizabeth. Was it Alan or Elizabeth who said this? Toss drinks in a balloon like water balloons.
Like water balloons. Catching it.
Use a drone, Eric says.
Oh, drone delivery.
So many creative ideas.
That's a much better idea than what drones usually do.
For getting drinks to Paul in the pool.
All right. I'm going to clean this up because it's about time for me to make another round.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ohana mug 2012.
23% chance of rain. Okay.
2012. 10 years already. Good grief. I
always figure that there will be some amount of rain at the lake.
There will.
But I also think the lake is like they say about New England. If you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. So. Oh, Lisa and Errol, you guys have to come to Ohana some year. We would love to see you there. I think you would enjoy it. The gate was locked and the pre-Ohana party ran late. Oh, it happens. It happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lisa. Yeah. Lake George, New York. Which is, I love Lake George because it's a total time warp.
Yeah. And let's do that.
Not just the Tiki resort. It's also just the whole town. Just a time warp in the best way. And there may have been alcohol involved. Well, when isn't alcohol involved at Ohana? Just
it's an adult event. Oh. It is not adults only as much as adults recommended.
Oh, drones are next on the list, Errol says. Okay, so this turned out not to be about the drone. I know it's a really weird way to start a sentence, but there's a woman who lives not directly behind us, but behind us in one house over. And she's always been very lovely to us. Whenever we've had a band playing in the backyard, you know, she sits out on her deck and listens, and you know, and she's always like, are you gonna have another party? Because she enjoys the music, like the Clams, Ninth Wave. She's enjoyed it all, but she's kind of troublesome to other people. She's always complaining to the guy on the other side of us, who's as nice as he can be and takes amazing care of his property.
Very good care.
Can you chop that back? Yeah.
This is causing trouble here and blah, blah, blah.
So she's like one of those kind of busybody people.
A little Gladys Kravitz going on.
But I hear her, I went out and back last week and I just heard her like, I'm calling the cops. I'm sick of this. I'm calling the police. And there was a drone flying over.
We kind of thought, so somebody giving her trouble.
Yeah, we thought she was talking about the drone. And I'm like, aren't drones legal? But it turned out she was complaining about the dog.
The barking dog. Yeah, the barking dog.
Hi, Dan. Oh, Dan's squeezing limes tonight. So many limes.
Bang. So many limes.
Dan's doing a curl room, too.
Squeezing the limes and freezing the proceeds so we can have fresh lime juice.
Oh, Errol and Lisa, you guys have to come to Ohana. There, I said it. You have to come to Ohana.
You gotta come. One of these years, check it out. Make sure you
Hi, Danielle.
log into those ticket sales early because, boy, do they sell out. But you would enjoy this so many ways. I tell you, it's a real thing.
Oh, Mom says can't wait to visit with Glendora. Oh, she'll be there.
Well, you know, there's going to be a visit from.
She's hosting a call.
Might just be showing up, you know. And all of you wine fans,
every year.
She might have a little wine in her room. Yeah, she might. So
she's got wine and snacks.
Snacks, because you got to put something.
Snacks.
SNAX snacks. You got to put something in people's stomachs with all this booze kicking around. You got to absorb this stuff. There's a lot of food in the third wave of the crawl. Like after you're already kind of loaded, oh, wow, I'm
Well, we'll have
around.
appetizers.
Suddenly you can fill up on stuff. I always feel like that should be reversed a bit. Front load.
We'll have appetizers in round 2.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, the ham radios. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the standard ham band is. I'm aware of it. The ham band. I'm aware of it, but I've never actually practiced the amateur radio. I do amateur hi-fi. I've certainly fixed plenty of things with vacuum tubes in them. I know that there are fans who who love the old Heathkit rigs. They look really cool. The stuff from the 60s with the green face, that's very well done. And then there are fans who are just totally contemporary, like, oh, I have my Kenwood. It's awesome. And, it's just all transistors, all digital, and they're happy with it. So, hey, whatever works. But I don't know where that band is. I actually have an idea of the spectra, but I haven't actually examined it very carefully. So.
Oh, Lisa's not going anywhere without Josie.
Oh, hey.
I know there are places that are pet-friendly in Lake George.
Well, don't we know?
I was just reading something the other day that was like, pet-friendly Lake George. We don't have pets, so, but there are. There are.
know folks who show up who do come with the food.
Oh, yeah.
So such things are possible.
Toby says Ninth Wave always has the food just when you need it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's at the nth degree, suddenly you're desperate for a rice bowl, and there it is. And they've got rice balls with pork and rice balls without.
Amy
so
says,
there you go.
I just found out some Ocean State job lots sell wine. What?
Which state?
Oh my gosh.
You can't do it in the Ocean State itself.
Is that wine or wine? Yeah.
That's a great question.
Depends on what's going on. It might be wine or wine.
Well, in New York State, you can sell some wine products outside of the wine store and the distributor and all that. It's usually the stuff that's kind of been cut, like not the Boone's, although I think I've seen Boone's there. What's the product that they sell at our local supermarket? There's a wine.
Chateau Diana.
Chateau Diana. It's wine with grape juice and sugar. It's not your first choice in a bottle. I'll just say that. So I'd be interested to see which wine is being sold at which job lot. If you can get a job lot into, say, New Jersey, they could probably do it.
Lisa says, I have to say Glendora has been spot on with my horoscope lately.
Hey, she gets it from a commercial.
Abra. Oh, we would love to see you at Ohana Abra.
Oh yeah, but definitely. It's always a great thing. It's our local, so of course we would. If we can drive to it, we're there.
Is this?
What?
Oh, this is my old one.
Oh, okay.
I brought out
Bust it, please.
Why is this shaker full?
Why is this all full of stuff? That's why.
Old melted ice.
It's old. But definitely. Sometimes that horoscope just nails it shut. It's funny. It's funny how that goes. Maybe that's the way life goes. Maybe that's what's happening in the stars. Maybe Mercury's spinning this way or it's spinning that way. The simple fact is Mercury is always spinning the same way that it spins.
If you're curious to have Glendora read your horoscope, check out our Patreon page because we have a level where Glendora reads your horoscope to you every week.
Glendora will do it. You can it's a monthly sponsorship, so you be prepared for that.
We got ham radio talk on YouTube.
There you go. The sponsorship levels on Patreon start at $5, so that's possible.
Oh. Danielle has an extra ticket this year.
Well,
you're up if you...
Remember that if you're trying to unload that, you can contact the event itself because there are people on the list who are interested in tickets.
Massachusetts,
okay. Interesting. Massachusetts is a packy kind of state, so I'm kind of surprised. But I'm interested... Well, package stores, that term is actually used in several states. I hear about that being used down south, too.
We had someone tell us, your supermarket sells lovely wine. And I was like,
really?
Our supermarket sells wine?
No, they don't.
But it's the low alcohol wine.
Yeah, low alcohol. It's the Chateau Diana. Chateau Fontaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
the rambling that I was just going on about was, I kind of forget where I was going with that. Back to Facebook, please. Maybe that was on there. Yeah. Oh, about tickets. Yeah, the event will put you in touch with people. They don't exactly broker the sales, but they got a list of people who are interested in tickets, so they could have get in touch with people, and you could move the ticket.
Jess says, who will be on the soundtrack? Ponce Ponce? Don
Ho? Yeah.
Yes
Seriously.
and yes.
We know several DJs who are working this event, and they will be using what they can. I know that the Hawaiian Eye theme was definitely released on a 45. Oh. These are all 45-based DJs. So if they got it, they got it. And I remember one year just digging into my stuff and realizing that I had a 45, which I believe had the theme to the party. So I just like walked right up to one of the DJs. I do believe this was Gaylord Field, the world-renowned Gaylord Field, and just handed that to him and said, here. And he's like, oh, yeah, and he played it. So he gives me something good. I think this was...
Oh, the party?
The party. Oh. Pretty sure it was the theme to the party.
So my first drink was $1 Million Beach 2022, where I did all dark Jamaican rum.
Yeah.
I'm calling this version $1 Billion Beach.
Oh, you just added 3 zeros.
I did.
Just like that.
So...
Bang.
$1 Billion Beach has 1 ounce of dark Jamaican rum and 1 ounce of Reposado tequila.
Hey, wait a minute. We have a ticket for sale, and we have somebody who's trying to buy a ticket, or who tried to buy a ticket. If you're not already blocked out, Abra, we also know somebody else who's trying to move a ticket. Actually, a pair of tickets. Can we put you in touch?
Well, I don't know. He might have already moved his tickets, so I wouldn't say that.
Well, I don't know. It's true.
I'll take the banana liqueur again.
But Daniel has an extra ticket? Can we put Daniel in touch with Abra?
Yeah, well, they're both on there.
You're conversing amongst yourselves?
Yeah, I don't want to promise anyone anything.
I'm not going to promise anything, and I can't even tell you about brokering tickets, but if you've got one and you want one, maybe we can put the U's together. Because obviously you would have to change your plans within 1 week, and that could be very difficult. I know. But hey, get flexibility.
I'll take the banana liqueur.
Coming away. Right. That's true.
Thank you.
So you've got...
This was 1 ounce of dark Jamaican rum and 1 ounce Reposado
tequila. Ooh, rum tequila mix. There we go. You need the banana.
And then the rest is going to be the same as $1 Billion Beach. Half ounce.
Oh, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Brokering.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. I love it.
Yeah, I think that...
Half ounce good banana liqueur.
I've never tried this because we get
not
tickets
99 bananas
very quickly for this event because it's our regular, right? But I know that it always sells out. Since year 1, it has always sold out. The very first year, there were tickets available. During event, good grief. Well, everything needs to wind up, doesn't it? But since then, it's been selling out. And the event notes that it doesn't actually have, like, extra tickets.
1/4 ounce pineapple juice.
But people always have a need to cancel. And suddenly there are tickets available. And also tickets, rooms will open up at the Tiki itself.
Well, they have to go through so that they can do badges and stuff.
Yeah.
1/4 ounce orange juice. Half ounce fresh lime juice. So far I haven't used the lemon juice at all. I squeezed all this lemon juice. And
to boot,
5 dashes ginger bitters.
Well, guess what? So once again, folks, if you want to make $1 billion beach, you want to give us 1 ounce dark Jamaican rum, 1 ounce Reposado tequila, half ounce Giffard banana Brazil, 1/4 ounce pineapple juice, 1/4 ounce orange juice, half ounce fresh lime juice, 5 dashes of the ginger bitters, shake, ice, strain, a cocktail glass, boom. There you go. You got all that? If you're a patron, you will get this late tonight by tomorrow as an email. All this stuff comes to you.
Oh, when I can't sleep tonight, I'll send it to you.
And then we will know. Oh, wait, so like the wait list wasn't working. Weird. Okay, well, I don't know. Weird. That'd be great. I wish we'd known.
I wish I knew.
We could potentially facilitate communication. We can't sell tickets or anything, although I think we might have just brokered.
I don't want to make any
brokered a transfer
because I have nothing to do with this.
But we know people who do things with this event, so you know.
But I know there's a wait list, and I know they take people from it. So
yeah, they tend to take them in order.
No,
but
I think
you never know.
Yeah,
you never know. So
I have extra
cocktail inflation. Hey, it's like
it is cocktail inflation.
It's like figural mug inflation that we say, event mug inflation. I'm holding one
3
here.
3 zeros higher.
Holding one here from, I believe, the Luau, circa 2009, and this thing holds like 40 ounces. Jeez.
Oh my gosh, that mug is so huge.
It's the look of it is kind of like, oh, this holds a Mai Tai. This holds about 3 Mai Tais. I can tell you. And that's on the small side for an event mug.
In the same way, I would rather have $1 billion than $1 million. I think I like this even better.
You like the billion better than the million?
Beach. Oh, wine has sulfites, which give Lisa headaches.
Oh, yeah. They
they do have the sulfite-free wines. I've seen that.
Talking about something to filter them out, that's interesting. But there are producers who do not use the sulfites. Sulfites are used as stabilizers. Mm-hmm. They're extremely commonly used, so they're very hard to get around.
Ska, ska, ska.
Jamaica, ska. It's a terrific tune. Among my favorite versions of that tune, Annette, of course, does a version, but she does a version for the Back to the Beach soundtrack with Fishbone. That's awesome.
Oh, we have ham radio talk happening on YouTube.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah.
Catching up.
And there's also the amateur, what band am I thinking about? Oh, the Citizens Band, which is, that's on FM somewhere. That's part of the FM.
CB radio.
You remember CB radio? Yeah, I remember when that was a hot thing for a hot minute in the 70s. And there were whole stores that basically based their sales on CB radios. I think Lafayette Electronics sold a whole ton of CBs. And then they locked themselves into like the ones that had like the 2 bands, and then suddenly like the 20 band radios became popular. And Lafayette took a bath on that, which is too bad.
Dan says organic reds tend not to have sulfites.
Check the label. Okay. Check the label. Check the producer. Some producers are like, we're just doing this.
Give me some spray, please.
Yeah. Thank you. And they won't use them, but otherwise, it's one of those clarifying products, I think is what the sulfites use for, stabilizing products. So it's good for wine, but if it's not good for you, check around.
Exactly.
You don't have to use them.
Yeah. No one wants headaches.
No one wants headaches. I will certainly find that plenty of red wine will give me a headache, but it might be a lot of red wine. I do.
That might be other reasons.
I do like the reds, but I will moderate.
10-4, good buddy.
Yep.
Breaker.
Here we go.
Breaker 1-9.
We got 4 Smokies over there on the left. You got to watch out. You got to like put this like really fakey South accent on in order to be driving your truck. All I can think of is the movie Convoy, directed by Sam Peckinpah. Oh, jeez. Pretty ridiculous picture, but kind of fun.
Doing 98.
Let them truckers roll 10-4.
Let them truckers roll 10-4.
I believe that was C.W. McCall just left this mortal coil this year. So, of course, all the memorials are all by Convoy. He wrote a number of songs and actually had another top 40 hit, as a matter of fact, that nobody remembers. But there was the big one.
What was it?
I totally forget.
So you don't remember either.
This was like number 29 on the charts or something. Not a big, huge thing.
You want to shake the trees and rake the leaves.
Yeah. What's your breaker, good buddy?
Oh, Abra says, I just read that eating cucumber after a night of drinking will stave off a hangover. Well, we'll have to try that.
Somebody needs to try that.
I'll try it.
I will not.
I'll be the guinea pig.
I will not endorse any methods until somebody demonstrates the efficacy of such things. And
I'll try it.
If the FTC and the FDA hasn't approved such things, I think, well, it's all speculation. Somebody was selling us, what is that stuff? Milk thistle is apparently used for such. And
I don't know.
I'm not endorsing or recommending that you try this. But if you look into it and you decide to try it and you say, yeah, that works, okay, I'm glad to know. Because
Lisa says my CB handle used to be Sugarfoot.
Hilarious.
I love it.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Great stuff. I actually knew one family where like the grandfather had a CB installed in the car and drive around talking to people. It was a big thing in the time. And I know one fellow who actually was a big CB person. He said the last time he tried it, he wasn't getting anything off of the airwaves. I think, well, things come, things go.
Hi, Jen.
It's kind
of fun. Good to see you.
Yeah. Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Nice for you to show up. You know what?
CB radios, because
we're talking CB.
You never know what you're going to find when you log on to this show.
we will frequently talk about the electronics because we have several electrical engineers who like to tune in to this broadcast. And I can talk for a hot second. I don't know anything at all about amateur. So that is something that y'all are going to have to talk amongst yourself about. But I support that. It's a good thing. It's a very strong part of the hobby.
Well, Elizabeth, we'd love it if you came to Ohana.
Yeah. You would love it. You'd love it.
We'd love to see all of you at Ohana.
Definitely. You know, those that we will see, you know, we're going to treat you.
Oh my gosh, Errol was teaching Lisa Morse code at one point.
Oh, hello. Big fun.
If I knew Morse code, I'd be like, all right, we're just going to communicate all in Morse code.
Everything in Morse. Who was it? The head of RCA was Sarnoff. Sarnoff actually started out as a key operator. And apparently he kept a key at his desk until he retired from the company in 1967. And he would usually kind of pull out a drawer and have the key and just be like sending messages to people. It's like touch typing. You know, once you've got it, you're just like rattling off.
My CB handle was F1. Hold on.
3 dots and a dash. Woo!
Because I drove a 1980 T-top Firebird.
Oh man!
I love it.
Hilarious. Oh man, that's a pretty hot car.
Sneak out to his truck and sing to the truckers, Lisa. I love it.
Did that Firebird have a dash installed FM stereo?
3 dots and a dash. It all comes back to Tiki bars. I love it. Da, 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 da.
I believe that's the letter for the symbol for V, if I'm not mistaken.
Chess says one of the energy drinks.
Milk thistle.
Rockstar.
Oh, interesting.
Has milk thistle extract. Interesting.
I'm not going to try one of those as a hangover remedy. The only thing that I've ever tried where I said, wow, that was pretty heavy, is just the old standby Alka-Seltzer. And does it work? Yeah, it's got aspirin and it's got a buffer. It's got.
Well, I don't know if they're marketing it as a hangover remedy.
They're marketing it as energy. Thistle. And many of these things are kind of marketed as like, it helps you out after a hard night kind of stuff. So, there you go. Big fun. And what was I just about to comment on? Oh, CVs. Oh, did the Firebird have an installed FM stereo and 8-track? You know, that kind of sounds perfect for 1980. And you could like slam in that second Boston album there and rock down the highway. I need to make a thing.
Rocking down the highway.
Mm-hmm. So, I could use... What could I use? We need to write this down.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Can't believe I ate the whole thing. You did it, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, Alka-Seltzer. Yep. We've been known to take that.
It works every time. It's just a buffer. It's an alkaline, and it does have fizz, and it's got aspirin. So it will actually treat the pain, and it will actually calm the whips and jingles in your stomach. There you go.
Whips and jingles.
That's a technical term coming from Trader Vic.
He's just going to write this whole thing out.
If I knew it from memory, I would, but I don't. So I'm just going to write as much as I can.
So what are you making, Paul?
Well, that was unfortunate. That was what happened there. Yep. Full spillage. Dry off your books, dry off your books. Yeah, roll shame back here. There's it's a little tighter than the other bar. Hello.
What the?
I just stepped on the goat. Sorry. The things that happen back here. Anyway.
He has a goat noisemaker.
Got a goat noisemaker.
He just stepped on it. I just hear like. Yeah,
well, the drink books are going to get wet. Anyway. That's kind of a fact of life. Anyway, so we're going to make something. If I can find it here. I thought it was like 2 pages back of the other one. And let me see if I've got.
Oh, it had a CD player. She's saying, okay, yeah.
Well, eventually it did.
Saying it had a CD player. 3 dots and a dash equals victory.
V for victory. Yep. I thought it was V.
Oh, Jamie says Alka-Seltzer actually has a hangover formula. It contains a bit of caffeine.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, if I don't have caffeine, I'm dead.
There's a pinky. It's Peachtree.
I do have an addiction in this world, and it is caffeine.
If you don't get it, it's going to be a problem.
I will have horrible headaches.
Well, it's in here somewhere. I'll just keep going until I got it.
Under G?
G.
Found
okay.
It.
Shot of pineapple. If you want to take this down.
1.5.
Yep.
Okay.
And half ounce. I'm going to go half ounce lemon juice because we haven't used it.
Okay.
You can use lime. This calls for lime, but hey, Trader Vic squeezes the gazillion limes at the beginning of the night. A dash of grenadine.
Did we bring out the grenadine?
No, dash of curacao.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I know, typing. At this particular hour.
No, it's not even the hour. It's the angle.
Angle is poor.
Okay. that it?
That's all we got.
So, you blending this masterpiece?
You can shake with ice. You can put it in the blender, or you can put it in the shake maker like we do.
What are you making?
Gun Club Punch. That's
another Trader Vic's classic.
Another Trader Vic's classic.
Well, he's pointing to this like you could see it. Gun Club Punch, another Trader Vic's classic. 1 ounce dark rum, 1 ounce light rum, 1.5 ounces pineapple juice, a 1/2 ounce fresh. Trader Vic's wants you to use lime. He's using lemon. Juice, a dash of grenadine, a dash of curacao. I bet he's going to blend this, but are you blending this?
I'm using the shake maker.
Oh, okay. I will say blend with ice. All right, got that covered.
All right. It wouldn't be a bottle of grenadine if it wasn't all sticky.
Yeah. Oh, Eric. Yeah, Eric and Errol.
Yeah.
I'm immune to caffeine too. I could have a pot of coffee before bed and just sleep like a baby. If I could sleep anymore, which I can't. I can no longer sleep, but it's not the caffeine.
No, I just wake up.
Because I could have no caffeine at all, and I still
I wake up at 3 every single day.
Good night, Fred. We'll see you next week. Yay!
See you no time. No time. Okay.
At my age, I should try to stave off hangovers.
Stave off starvation.
Yeah, I know. I know the feeling.
All right. We are actually getting low on this bottle, believe it or not.
Good thing we're taking possession of 3 more at Ohana.
Within a week, I tell you. Well, it takes a while when you're not drinking a lot of these tropicals. But once you start pouring, this bottle goes down. Anyway, ounce of the dark rum, once again. I will take the light rum as well. And I will trade you.
Got it.
And we're going.
Got it.
Using Don Q. Any really good light rum is your friend in this case.
I can relate to all the caffeine people, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. I mean, like, even when I was in early college years, I would think like, oh, I'll just have caffeine and stay up all night. Wrong. No, you won't. You could just drink like a 6-pack of Jolt Cola and fall asleep like a baby.
I find that I get an afternoon lull, and if I try to work through it, it's pointless. So you might as well sleep, and it give me 15 minutes, and then I'm up, and I'm good.
I can't day sleep.
That is just the factor. What else did I put in
I wish I could day sleep.
All right, this is the pineapple?
Yep.
So shot of the pineapple. Carefully. Here we go. And I'll take the lemon.
The only way I can sleep during the day is if I have literally been up all night.
And then, can't.
I've been on a couple of film sets in the last year where I got off work at like 3 or 4 in the morning. Okay, then I could sleep during the day, but otherwise, Nope.
Know how it is.
Can't take naps.
Boom.
I'm a bad napper.
1/2 ounce of the lemon juice. You can use lime juice. Vic's calls for lime. Dash of the grenadine. This doesn't look that red because this is actually made with pomegranate.
Oh, Eric says anxiety. Yeah,
yep.
I do. Yeah. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about our movie.
Once you start making a big project like this, working a big project, you start thinking too much.
I started thinking too much.
Too much.
Dean says Alka-Seltzer marketed a product called Morning Relief and later renamed it Wake Up Call. Add 2 Tylenol. It was the best migraine cure ever.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Well, there are various painkillers out there. And frequently they will involve a combination of like an aspirin or
Amy
Ibu,
can't day sleep either.
And caffeine. Caffeine does help with these things.
I really do. I was just lately I drink caffeine and in the morning has 0 energizing effect. You know, I think for me, coffee is just, it's like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Or something is just comforting.
Yeah.
It's like comfort food more than anything to do with actually
reviving
me.
I get a revival from the tea in the morning because it is a hot fluid. As far as the caffeine in there, I think it would have to be a lot more than that to kick me up. I just think that like I could use some fluid, I can use some heat, like get the whole system working. Energize the larynx is more than what I'm talking about with the body. And if I have enough of it.
Recliner's a great sleep inducer.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I love the comforting nature of it for me, but
I'll take some ice, please.
It's not waking me up.
No.
I was thinking the other day about recliners, and thinking if I might be one of those people one day who sleeps in my recliner.
Yep. Get the angle correct.
Because sleeping in bed doesn't seem to be working.
There's a real heat problem that I find.
Well, that doesn't
problem with covers.
All right, that's all the ice we've got.
So I guess that's all we're going to get. It's pretty crushed.
We'll have to get more ice.
So it's kind of great.
More than that.
And give it 5 seconds on the blender. And of course, this gets served inside the shotgun shell. I'll make a note here that there is no commentary whatsoever about the usage of such items. This is just a fun glass.
I feel like a pacifying effect for me is like watching TV.
So Gun Club, because of all the pineapple, is a little foamy, which is kind of fun, and it fills your glass nicely.
Do you need a new straw?
I will use a new straw, yes. I did get away with the old straw. And you're supposed to put a sprig of mint into it, and there you go.
Errol says when Lisa's mom needs to stay with us, she'll occasionally wake up at 3 a.m. and fall asleep watching TV at 2 p.m. Lisa says, "Oh, no, you don't."
No. Oh, I wanted to add some of these, too.
Lisa, I'm sure that's not helping me sleep, honestly.
There we go. So I added a dropper full of the infused tiki bitters, tropical tiki, because they're fun. Which they are. They're a lot of fun. So this is a good one. If you're at a Vic's, order with this. If you're at a place that's a real mixology place and they take requests, try Gun Club Punch.
Hi, Julie.
See what they mix it up. It's easy.
Chad says, saw a Barca lounger at a local thrift store a couple of years ago. Oh my gosh. I feel like a Barca lounger would take up our whole living room, but
it's a large footprint for what it is. You really need like a large place for that.
We have some friends who have like the big, like sofa size lazy boys with drink holders and stuff, and I was like,
I would just fall asleep in that.
I would never get out of it. If I got in that, I would never get out of it. I would never leave that chair.
It's a fun thing, right?
Yeah.
So we did make another drink, and I got to say that various changes in life will definitely sock it to you. I'm not entirely sure why I get hot in the middle of the night, but I do, like right in the midriff. It's weird, and I just have to like get up, do stuff. And if it's actually chilly outside and like I can get my feet cold, then I will start to cool down, and that really helps. But it's tough. It's tough. I really don't sleep with covers much, If it's really, really bitter cold outside and it's difficult to get the place warm, yeah, maybe I'll finally get a good night's sleep. It's tough.
I need to have covers.
I find that I'm best with something, a little bit of weight.
But then I'm broiling.
Then it's too hot.
But if I don't have anything, I gotta have something.
That's a kicker.
It probably goes back to infancy.
It's one of those
I need a blanket to sleep.
I need a little comfort. I need my blankie and pillow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, every living room had a Barca lounger. Right?
Well, didn't everybody's grandfather have the comfy chair? My grandfather didn't have the Archie Bunker chair. He had the one that actually did recline. Not sure it was a Barca lounger per se, but it was in that family.
Some of them were so fancy.
In that family, and that was like his chair forever.
And some of them were so ugly.
Yeah.
But then like, how could anyone have this in their house? And then you sit in it, you're like, oh, I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it.
We used to have a similar chair to the Archie Bunker chair. It was actually upholstered in green. And we'd had that for some years, and it sat up in a room, and it really started getting piled up, and we finally decided to get rid of it because it took up a large footprint. And somebody picked it up, put it up on the marketplace. Somebody picked it up. So one of these days, maybe we have that chair again, and maybe we don't. And I like our
wait, which chair?
Well, let's see, the green one. It was sitting upstairs in the.
That wasn't a recliner.
No, it didn't recline. No, I said it was more of an Archie Bunker chair, which is not a reclining chair.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Apparently, the actual.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
The actual. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you. actual Archie Bunker chair was found out of the thrift store in Queens. And then, of course, the production company had to duplicate this
so that they would have a
spare. And the spare cost them like $3,000 to build to make that exactly as was, which is hilarious. But that reminds us of watching shows like The Brady House. When it was,
oh my gosh,
who actually bought it? It was, what network?
HGTV, when they renovated the actual house.
Managed to like score and buy the house, and they're like, we're going to run this exactly like the original Brady House. Well, that was a stunt because those rooms do not fit in that footprint. So watch the special. You see, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, Lisa, I know, I'm with you. Yeah, a sheet works, yeah. I do have a sheet, but I also have the blankets that I took from Muzzle's apartment, but...
We've been using those. They tend to work.
Which are better. Our comforter is so hot at this time of year. It's great in the winter.
It works
great
well.
In the winter.
At that point in time, it's still a little warm for me.
But it's like baking yourself in foil this time.
Right now, it's ridiculous. And I've got the room venting right now just to try to get it down. Because if we could sleep outside under the stars, wow, it'd be fantastic. I would be extremely concerned about mosquitoes right now, of course. No. So I'm not going to be out there, but like if I could get that air moving inside, wow, ideal.
Yeah.
So the things you got to do out here in the Tiki, the temperature's actually quite nice right now. It was really warm for a second. I think
it comes and goes.
Leveling off a bit, maybe.
It comes and goes.
Kind of great. I mean, it's fantastic to be standing here right now in this temp. With the colored lights.
I will say it's not as hot as inside the house.
I got a Trader Vic drink made to spec from the book. Kind of awesome. It's pretty easy to make that drink and it's good.
Menopause is a bitch. Should stitch that onto a pillow.
I didn't say that, folks, but the audience has spoken.
Just stitch that right onto a pillow.
And the simple fact is, I will take that, from the mouth of and say, yeah, okay, I got you.
Archie Bunker. Yeah. We're getting some Archie Bunker logo. Hilarious.
Interestingly enough, my feet don't get hot at night. They tend to get cold. And if they get cold, I can't sleep. So sometimes I have to do this weird thing where I'm not in many covers because I'm too hot, but then the feet are cold, so I put socks on and then suddenly I can sleep. And I think this is just this whack job level of moderating various parts of the body. And it's what it is. But the fact is I've had that for years, like well past any contemporary thoughts of separated sleep. What do they call it? The natural sleep cycle for human beings is to have 2 phases of sleep. If you go to bed, because if the sun goes down and you get sleepy because the melatonin kicks in, then you go to sleep. But then you'll wake up after a few hours and when you wake up, you'll be awake for hours. So you might as well just go do something. Traditionally, people did a variety of things. You can imagine some of the things that they would do. I do the dishes. And then you get sleepy and go back to bed. And that's just like biphasic sleep or whatever they call it. And it's completely natural. If you're experiencing this, there you go. Join the club.
Sour and great. Those were the days.
But I'll say it was a real pain when I was having to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to get off to work.
Maury is off the air.
Maury.
I love catching up on YouTube because you guys just go off and have a conversation.
Please, talk about yourselves.
And I love it.
What I was saying is that the separated sleep is a real pain if you have to get up at 5:30 and go to work. Because that just really messes with your sleep. And then afternoons were like just a wreck. There's no way I was getting anything done. I would just kind of have to go find some place and grab a nap and then revive. Boom, done. I was good for a while.
Did you ever nap under your desk?
No, never did that. I would go out. In the summer, I would go out for lunch and find a great place where I could just go and eat lunch and then relax for a bit and then revive, and that was good. If I didn't get that, I was toast, and I could never understand why workplaces were always frowning on, like, oh, you're sleeping? It's like, I'm sleeping so I can survive.
Well,
if you want to get any work done,
allow naps.
Well, smart companies do such things.
Yeah.
I don't think my company does. I'm going to call it a not smart company right now. For people who can day sleep. Yeah. I'm not that happy with that.
Dingbat, he always called her. Exactly, I know.
Oh, eat it.
1 foot sticking out of the covers, 1 foot under the covers. Menopause is real. Oh! You'll have to try that.
That's not going to work for me, but that's hilarious.
You'll have to try it.
That's hilarious. You know, whatever works.
I find that what works for me is the sheet over my whole body, and then like I put my arms out, and then I have just the blanket.
On the lower body or on the top?
On the upper body.
On the upper
just
body.
The blanket. And
just
that
the blanket.
seems to help.
These weird combinations of things. To make things work, just to get comfortable.
I just want to sleep.
I hate to say that the most comfortable...
I just want to sleep.
The most comfortable I would likely be is with a lot of AEC happening. Oh. So if you really got the temperature down so it was pretty cold in there, I'd throw a big cover on it to be good.
Better AC.
But what a fantastic waste of energy at this time of the year. I would rather just try to get the air moving because outside it's brilliant.
You know what will happen? You're going to fall asleep and I'm going to turn the AC on.
Well, fine.
That's what happened last night.
Hey, whatever works.
Like,
huh?
yeah, now this fan crap, I just censored myself, isn't making it. This fan crap
if you can move the air, but boy, this house holds it. It holds heat at the wrong time of the year, and it holds cold at the wrong time of the year.
I know. Christmas, it'll be a
common
nice, cool 60 degrees.
Wonderful. Just wonderful. Now, you could be out here around Christmas time, provided it's not 10 below. Outside.
Oh, okay, Lisa. One in and one out.
As long as we get some bodies in here to get the heat moving, yeah, it'd be just fine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the YouTube conversation's hilarious.
Oh.
I'm going to have another coconut delight bowl.
Delight balls. Mm-hmm. Are you eschewing the crackers? I could use a cracker.
Bless you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I'll take some spray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I had bread earlier, so I'm eschewing the crackers right now.
Mm-hmm.
All these crackers that I pulled out.
Crackers.
It was funny watching Lisa's dad burn up in the same room her mom was freezing in. Oh.
Starts to sound like a trend. All the men are hot.
Yeah.
All the men are hot. But then we get ladies complaining about being hot here, too. So I don't know. I don't know.
Albert says my husband used to call me Nana because I would blast the AC even in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much heat. Too much heat.
It's no joke.
It's the real thing. You try to moderate it as best you can. I got to say that being out here in this room more months of the year is better.
Oh, yeah.
If we get a good sunny day in February, we can be out here. It could be really pretty bitter outside, but if we get the sun going, the greenhouse effect will help us out here, and that's good. This is a greenhouse type of room. And if we can, like around December, we will frequently have some friends over. And if we get a few people out here, then the place warms up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas time we will frequently have like this little, hey, I'll mind a little shindig, and then people can enjoy it. And it's great to be out in this room at that time of year. And we don't typically make tropicals, although they're always available if people are interested.
Lisa says, our water heater went out a few days ago. I didn't mind taking a cold shower. I bet.
Wow.
I bet it's hot where you are.
Gotta tell you. All right. Dumping the rest of that in there. Thanks for the advice.
Mm-hmm.
And, yep.
I used up all my refilled drinkies.
Your refill's been refilled?
It's been refilled.
Wow. Well, put it this way. You had a refill.
I did.
See? Isn't that great?
I did. I had a refill.
Apparently, traditionally, when the bartender pours your drink, might be in this style of glass, might be a martini, might be a sour like this. If there's any left over, that little leftover is called a sidecar.
I had a sidecar.
And that tends to get poured into a little, like a large shot glass. And then when you're ready for it, they can get dumped into your drink. This is purportedly one of the origins of the term sidecar for the drink sidecar. There are other origin stories. I think we could probably disregard all of them because they're all spurious. But I will say that if I'm going to pour a drink at almost any time of the year in a cocktail glass, I will probably pour a sidecar. That's like easily top 3 for us. Yeah.
It was so weird. You said your water heater went out. Yesterday, I don't know what caused this, but like the water pressure to the house trickled down to like almost nothing.
Wow.
In all of the sinks. And by the time Paul got home, it was bad.
It was fine.
But yeah, it was really weird.
You were mentioning it. I was wondering what might cause that.
Well, you said they might be draining the hydrants, but they weren't draining. There's a hydrant in our lawn.
Right
and
there.
Were not draining that one.
We're draining that one.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe around the corner. Who can tell? Pressure will vary for various reasons. None can say.
Oh, Harold says the water heater went out. I was in Houston taking warm showers. Oh.
I got to tell you.
Oh.
When the water heater goes out.
Oh my gosh, Amy, good for you.
Yeah.
Shocked someone because I know Boston Sidecar was rum based.
I'd have to take a look at the formula. I believe that Mr. Boston himself, venerable dude behind the stick
good old
there,
Mr. B.
Mr. B, says that it is rum and brandy. So that's a rum brandy combo. And I know that Jeff has like a Boston Sidecar because he's a rum fan. It's a good thing. I happen to like a straight up Sidecar, but I'll take them any which way. I happen to like mixing with brandy a lot. But we found a really good brand of brandy, and we're sticking with it.
Brand of brandy.
Brand of brandy. I'm just going to keep talking until something makes sense, right? But the Boston Sidecar, that's a really good variation.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. Good thing to have. I think that the Mr. Boston.
I love a sidecar of any variation.
The book from the '60s calls for Medford Rum. I'm like, Medford Rum? Was that still being sold at the time?
Medford, Massachusetts?
Yeah, like Medford, Massachusetts. I think that was off the market by then, but now I think a company in Medford is making it again. So, hey, good.
Really? Which one?
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
There is certainly Massachusetts rum being made.
Someone who's not fanning themselves needs to Google this and figure out who's making Medford rum.
I don't have my phone. Perhaps we'll find out.
Get a new tab.
Let's check it out. I have a new tab. No. Come on. I'm having the same issues typing that you are. Well, we've got a few things that are claiming that's not Medford rum.
Grand 10 Distilling.
I guess something that's Detroit Rock Rum that is advertising Kiss. Let's see here.
No, that's not it.
Grand 10 Distilling is making Medford rum.
That says New England.
Okay.
Click on that one.
There's also Medford Old Rum from the Lawrence family. Let's see. Here's another vote for Grand 10. Let's take a look here.
Is that the one? Yes, we're over 21.
I'm over 21 years of age.
Uh-oh.
Hey, take me back, will you? Jeez. Come on.
Still over 21.
Still, seriously.
A New England tradition since 1715?
Couldn't possibly be. You had to stop producing rum for about 13 years in the 20s. Just saying. Anyway, they're making an 80 proof rum that they're calling Medford New England Rum. Hello.
Wow.
Blackstrap molasses, wild New England yeast, and send it through an all copper small still. Okay. Charred American white oak barrels. I'm interested.
I want to try it.
Sounds lovely. If you age that for about a year or so, you probably get a really nice product.
I'm interested.
And they're actually they have several cocktails that they're advertising here that you mix with their rum. They have an overproof rum. You can make a Medford rum, mint julep, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is Grand 10. I'm not sure where they're based, but maybe they'll tell me.
Probably Medford.
Let's see.
They go to contact. No. Oh, okay, that works. Boston.
Boston, Mass. Yeah, they have a little like a bottle finder so you can figure out where they're being sold. Interested?
Not here, apparently, but...
Grand 10. See if you can find them locally. I'm interested to check them out.
Oh, yeah. Lisa's saying, I noticed that a lot of cocktails use apricot brandy quite a bit. Is there a reason for that? I think it was very common back in the day.
The fruit brandies were common.
Yeah, it was really a thing, much more than it is now.
And you can find a lot of things these days calling themselves fill-in-the-blank brandy, like fruit brandy, cherry brandy, etc.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just brandy with flavoring added, and sometimes the manufacturer will take the fruit and distill it and make the brandy out of it. And it's a brandy because of the way it's made. And in that case, if they haven't added a lot of sugar to it, that's probably more properly called an eau de vie. And you can find a really good apricot eau de vie from, I believe, Austria. Austria has like large apricot production, and we'll make an apricot eau de vie. And it's a little drier than you might be used to with such things. It's really nice fruit flavor, though. So that's the thing. Traditionally, it's like...
I feel like E&J are the ones that have that.
There's peach brandy and stuff like that. That's probably just flavor added. That
brandies,
E&J being Ernst and Julio.
But it was a lot.
Fill in the blank.
There were a lot more back in the day.
Yeah, there were.
It was a lot more common.
Well, it's like apple brandy. Apple brandy, aka Apple Jack, was like a major drink in the period. I think New Jersey was the major producer of such things. New Jersey Applejack. Mm-hmm. Well, there's one producer who's been doing it ever since then. And a lot of other producers have come online to do it. And there are particular brands of apples you're supposed to use, and people are starting to use them. And like, there's a real renaissance in real fruit production. Peach brandy. That used to be a huge thing all over the country. And it is an essential ingredient in fish house punch. But it's really hard to find a good peach brandy. But there are some producers who are making it again. So look around. Check your local. Your local distiller might have a contact with an orchard and might be producing a fruit brandy.
Amy says yes. Grand 10 Distillery. Oh.
Angelica. Oh, wow.
Cranberry liqueur. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, awesome. The only cranberry liqueur I've ever seen before was from Oregon.
Yeah. I forget the name, but they were good. It was a very good product.
We need to do a New England
liquor cranberry liqueur.
Road trip.
Interested. That's good stuff.
Ooh. Oh, wait, okay. Kelly's fanning herself. Oh, I know. We have a fan. Do we have the fan out here?
Fan is not out here. Should it be out here?
I thought you brought it out. But anyway, whatever.
I hadn't.
Yeah.
It'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
I mean, sure, you can bring it out. Oh, Errol says our peach trees are looking very good this year. Nice. I'm surprised Kelly hasn't switched hands with that fan. You know, it's a whole thing. Because if I do it on this side and then do the scrolling on this side, which makes a lot more sense than I'm in Paul's face, and I try to avoid that.
You're not really in my face.
My mind went when you said that about water pressure. I'm just catching up on the YouTube comments. Oh, Chris Burden. Oh, Paul knows all about Chris Burden.
Chris Burden.
Yeah.
That's going to bring me back to the gun called Punch.
Yep, okay. Paul's going to take over about Chris Burden.
Who's talking about Chris Burden?
Right here. Eric's talking about Chris Burden.
Oh, yeah. I actually saw the video of that. There was like, I remember my freshman college year, the art gallery on campus had a whole display that was about violent art. So I had just had a really bad final, so I walked into this thing and I was in a mood. So I take a look around and I'm like, whoa, this was really like bending the skull. There was all these things that were really disturbing. But the whole, like, you know, icing on the cake was Chris Burden. Because he did this whole series of things that were very far out. The thing about the gallery with that, they lined the gallery with some waterproofing. They had like a big plastic sheet that they did and tacked that up and then filled it up to about 2 feet worth of water. So you had 2 feet worth of water tight inside the gallery, put in some ladders, and then everybody got on top of the ladders and somebody took a power cord that was cut off, plugged into the wall, and then threw the live end into the water. So you electrified the water, and these folks were just sitting in the ladders. That was the idea.
Wait, were they part of the exhibit?
They're part of the exhibit.
Oh, I thought you just let the public in and like, good luck.
Hey, like,
don't get electrocuted.
Take your chances. No, it was part of the art exhibit.
Oh, okay.
Seriously. But the ladders, of course, were insulated because they were wooden, but they're, of course, very dry, so they started absorbing some water, and these people had to start climbing up the ladders further and further.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Burton, you'll see some fun things from him.
Oh, Lisa's asking, will we be going live at Ohana? I expect to.
The powers that be, which might involve the planet Mercury willing.
Yes, the Wi-Fi notoriously sucks at the Tiki Resort, but worst case scenario, we'll use our phones. But yes, we do plan to go live at Ohana.
Our phones will also be terrible, but damn it, we will try it. We will see if we can get this baby going because this is our mainstay. I don't know if we've used this at event.
You want any of this?
Sure, if you're pouring, it's about time for this to be done, I think.
My cocktails are done. I'm not going to make another cocktail.
Done with the cocktails? Having to have some shandy over
dialing
here.
it down with some shandy.
Mm-hmm.
This is Narragansett.
This is the cherry?
Black cherry.
Black cherry. Hello.
You're not done though, right?
Hills. I got a second to go.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Chris Burton, what else did he do? He did something called...
Oh, cranberry. Oh, the Angelica. I'm so curious about the Angelica because I've never seen that before.
I think he did something called Velvet Water, which was seriously disturbing.
Oh,
if you look this up, warning. There was the one where he actually had himself in a plastic garbage bag, basically in traffic with a couple of like warning cones. So like cars were like diverting around him. This is like really, really dangerous stuff that he was doing. But this was the point. This was back in the 70s when everything had kind of cracked open like that.
Man.
Weird. Back when like New York City went bankrupt and you couldn't collect trash, so it was a filthy and broke city. Big fun. Some people idolize this period. I'm not so sure about no trash pickup myself.
Man, no trash pickup just means rats galore.
Among other things. Also, stink. So, the actual answer to the question about Old Man Beer is that the challenge, there's a twofold thing happening here. First of all, we have a table on Saturday, and what we do is grill Spam all day. We'll be grilling some vegan Spam all day. That contains no Spam products. And
regular Spam too.
Yeah, and the regular Spam for the people who like Spam. And we have a cooler. The cooler is a vintage kind of looking thing. It's really great. And that is full of Old Man Beer. Reach in, grab one, and take care of yourself.
We need to get more, by the way.
Find yourself a koozie and like drink beer all day. We do have some more things to go in there. I usually have about a case lot worth of Genesee, which is a local product.
Still gotta buy that.
Well done. Yeah, great. But we also run the challenge. The challenge is based on how many Old Man Beers can you identify. And we have done this for years. It's always been different. And I've really tried to vary it up. And I'm kind of running out of Old Man Beers. This year I finally decided I think I need to bite the bullet and go into uncharted territory in search of and decided on the Old Man Malt Liquor Challenge. I always like to have 4. I could not find 4, so we currently have 3 Old Man Malt Liquors. And those will be on display. If you can identify these in a blind testing, test your mettle.
Robert says 70s NYC was wild. He was there.
I, as a child, was there. I was pretty young. You can date me by that, but yeah. And it's not like they were like putting me in hazardous situations. We just went around Times Square and stuff. That was perfectly safe at the time, wasn't it? No. We were around the Metropolitan, and we were around the Met. So, the opera, that is. So, and I remember being at Radio City and seeing a movie, because they would run movies, and they ran them very old school. They would just run them continuously at Radio City at the time. Currently I work, my office is directly across from Radio City. How about that? I've come full circle.
Now, what's the view outside of the window?
Whose window? I don't get a window.
No, I know, but you must be on the side of a building with a window.
Well, there are 2 sides that I can take a look at, and one of them looks at UBS, for all of you who are for UBS.
I know where that is.
Bully for you.
No, I know where that is.
You know where that is.
Yeah.
And the other side looks directly at the Radio City complex, involving both the Radio City Hall building, which is kind of like, it's got the big neon sign, blah, blah, blah. Right next to that is a building where the Tonight Show originates. And then in back of that is where they have...
Tonight Show?
Tonight Show? Isn't that from there?
Which one is that?
NBC. You know, used to be Johnny Carson. Who is it now? I'd have to look it up. But yeah, that's the Tonight Show. And in back of that is the one where they got the observatory, which is the, not Top of the Mark.
Top of the Rock.
Top of the Rock. Because it's Rock Center.
Is there still a late night show from...
Yeah.
Oh, Gettysburg, ma'am, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Chaz says, Schlitz, Colt 45. He did get Colt 45 already.
Well, Chaz, Colt 45 is an actual malt liquor. Schlitz is not, so will not be featured. But it might be in the Old Man Beer
Toby
cooler.
says, I will win the malt liquor challenge by smell alone.
Sir?
We have trophies. this year.
There are prizes to be had.
I'm putting it in quotes because
I recall that last year with the Old Man Ale Challenge, Toby took 2 out of 4, which was as good as many people did by actually tasting the product.
Oh my God.
Those are good nostrils, gotta say. It's hilarious.
Conversation on YouTube is hilarious.
I'll take some of that.
Jimmy Fallon. Is it Jimmy Fallon?
Yes, it's Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, all right.
Yes, his name is on the thingy. Yeah.
We don't have cable, so I don't know.
We can't watch these things. But
I can watch them like the next day.
They're broadcast. It's a night show. It's a night show with Jimmy Fallon.
All right.
That's what it is.
So I know Stephen Colbert is over on Broadway.
Yeah.
The theater that used to have David Letterman.
Yes. Which is not far from that. I mean, they relocated the whole office. Well, no, they didn't. They relocated half of the office in Midtown, and they shunted me there.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Putting it down. I've worked in the financial district now for like 19 years, and then suddenly they had to move the main office to Midtown. I'm like, this is the worst place for me to commute to, and I really, really resent having to go there.
Good night, Gettysburg.
But I'll say it live on air. Half of the office actually moved down to Liberty Street, which is still in Fidei. I'm like, I could do that if I'm going to bother doing it at all, which is fairly pointless. But we do what we need to make things go, to keep things happening.
He's bitter.
I'm not bitter. I'm just pointing out the pointlessness of things as they go. But I could use a glass to put things in. Like one of those. Yeah. That'll do the job.
What was I going to say?
Hmm.
Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
Midtown, New York. So I recently noticed, because I go into Midtown too for completely separate reasons from Paul. Everywhere you looked, all these guys were wearing button-down shirts and vests.
Vests. It's all about the vests.
This was before it got really warm. But I was like, what's with the vests? And it turns out it's a thing. And it's been a thing for a while, but I've never noticed it. But
I've never seen this.
But they were talking about
in corporate America.
They were talking about the Midtown finance bro look. Button-down shirts and vests.
And the vests.
I started taking pictures of guys in vests, and I quickly was like, no, I can never keep up with this.
Starting to go back in again regularly in this. I started to go back in regularly in the spring, and you were already going in.
Oh, Rainier.
And there we were observing the vests.
Stephen Colbert's the best, right? Oh, Rainier. Yeah.
Well,
if we could get Rainier, it would be in the Old Man Beer Challenge for sure. We can't get it. Oh, sure.
It's not commonly available around these parts, although it's made by Pabst, so there's no really good reason why it shouldn't be. You know, a really great distributor might be able to pick it up, but distributor has to get it from its supplier.
Yeah.
And we asked our local supplier about another malt liquor, and he could not get one. No. So, of those that are available. And I will note that there are some very well-known malt liquors out there that I could tap. And I just think, I don't know if I'm going to go there. It's all about old man stuff, not about stuff that was available in the 90s. I know it was hot stuff in the 90s. Here's the funny thing about malt liquor. When you take a look at a bottle of Colt 45, one of the vaunted brands, and it's like, ooh, this is going to like get her there quicker and make things thicker. The actual alcohol content is like...
not just say that.
Alcohol content is like 5%. I'm like, 5%? Half the beers I see out there that say IPA are 9%.
Didn't we have Schaefer one time?
No, never did.
We tried to get Schaefer. Yeah, I don't think we could get it, but yeah, he did try to get it for the Old Man Beer Challenge.
It was not available to us at the time. I believe somebody might be making it. That would probably still be Pabst.
Wasn't that one of the ballpark beers?
Okay. When we talk local ballparks, to us, local ballparks, the big ballparks, are MetLife Stadium. I was about to say Shea. Shea's been demolished a long time.
Well, no, but back in the day, it was Shea.
It was Shea.
It was Shea.
Back in the day,
we'll call it Shea.
We're going to call it 60s, 70s. If you went to a ball game in the big New York City, and I don't mean Giants Stadium, anything like that. That's like long gone. If you went to a ball game, you were going to the Yankees or you're going to the Mets. And the Yankees apparently served Rheingold at their stadiums, and the Mets served Schaefer. If I'm not mistaken, that was the big divide right there. So we know people whose dads were Schaefer men because they were Mets fans. It's like, that's all I ever drink.
Oh, you know? Lisa, please keep in touch. Let us know if you can get Country Club malt liquor.
Interested to know if that can happen in Texas. Message to Sam. Just asking. For a
Here
friend.
they have when you're having more than one. Exactly.
It's the Schlitz. What can I say? Schlitz. There's another one.
Well, and one of them was Narragansett, right?
Narragansett what? Oh, Narragansett in a ballpark?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fenway.
Okay.
Narragansett was founded in 1890, I believe, in Cranston, Rhode Island. And they quickly began to dominate beer in New England. And that was the stuff to have back in the day. And everybody I knew in New England drank Gansett. It was all over the place.
Harry says, I read an article about how Zima was a popular drink until people tasted it.
How could it be popular if people hadn't tasted it?
That's kind of how we won't go there.
We won't go there.
Mind. That's for another time.
Crazy stuff.
Maybe next week.
Crazy stuff.
Maybe
what can I tell you?
week.
Yeah. Zima, I believe, is being made again. I actually did.
It was.
I remember drinking a bottle of it at the time because I said, okay, what's up with this? And really, it was just a malt beverage with some seltzer added. And boy, that sounds like a lot of contemporary things that are being marketed these days.
Well, that's where I was about to go.
Seltzer with booze.
Seltzer with booze.
It's all hot stuff these days. That I don't get because you can take seltzer and you can take a shot of booze and you can do it yourself. But you can buy it in a can. You know, vodka soda? Really?
You can take the seltzer out of the booze, but you can't take
the booze out of the seltzer. I say, look, pack a flask, pack mixers, and you can take care of yourself wherever you go.
Oh, Evie says my dad drank Black
Label. Hey, Mabel.
Oh. He had Black Label 1 year in the challenge.
Yeah, I had to get it from Canada.
Yep.
Black Label was the most available and cheapest.
The Canadians beer run.
Cheapest beer available ever. And when we did the north of the border,
Eric, that would be great. Thank you.
I told all of the Canadians who were coming down, look, I'm good on the Carling, but give me the rest of that stuff.
Oh, Lisa says, I like Zima. I actually toured the Boulder, Colorado facility when it first came out. I don't think I've ever had it, so I can't. I'm not hating. I'm so interested in your experience.
A peculiar flavor that at the time reminded me of a very...
Yeah, Amy, me too. The Topo Chico hard seltzer. I'm curious.
A peculiar flavor, which at the time reminded me a lot of a watered-down gin and tonic. Not yet. And so I got to say, like, I don't know what it was that they put in the stuff, but it was... I would try it again to see if you're emulating that. But it's not like when I drink it. I didn't find it very good. So,
which?
That's that. Oh, Zima.
Oh, I didn't try. I've never had it. Did you try Mickey's? So, I remember last year at Ohana, somebody had some small of the fat mouth bottles of Mickey's in the cooler. And I remember trying one. I was like, okay, this is actually a very old man product. And for the challenge this year, one of the contenders in the malt liquor category is in fact Mickey's. There you go, Chaz. Mickey's.
Miller Brewing is still making Mickey's. Well, what the heck? Then I'm going to use Mickey's because it's one of the few things I can get that fits that category. There used to be a bunch of these things.
We gotta find the Topo Chico hard seltzer, though.
If it's available,
I'm curious.
It's available. Hey, we can get Topo Chico easily, and we can add some vodka to it. Boom, done.
Oh my gosh, so many options. Yes, Errol, so many options.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, in terms of beer, it really has exploded since the past 40 years. Somewhere around 1982 or so.
Not just beer, though.
A lot of these small operators just thought, I can make beer, you know? And I think it had already started with Anchor Steam, which started in the 60s when I believe the heir to the Maytag fortune decided to buy a brewery. Which was a very old school brewery, and like nobody was interested in what they were producing, but he decided to make beer. And very slowly they started taking off, and they were making very good beer. But then I think Sam Adams started launching more of a nationally distributed brand, and that was Jim Cook, who found his grandfather's recipe and decided to make beer again. He found the lager, he made it, and he was like, this is awesome. So that really kicked the whole microbrew thing off, and then everybody starts doing it. And it goes from there, and now this has something like 40% of the market, which is crazy.
Jamie says Black Label was $4.29 at 12-pack back in college. Wow. Oh, there was Ziva at Ohana a few years back. I didn't try it. I would have tried it. I'm game.
We're on the old man beer topic. I gotta say, there's a lot of things you could talk about here. Yes, we do. Thank you. Oh, wine coolers. Oh, please. Jeez. That was in my college years. It was all about wine coolers. And
thank you for your support, Bartles and James.
Yeah, they were pretty bad, as I recall. I don't recall really liking them very much, but they were very popular. And so was like, suddenly you could get Coors east of the Mississippi, and the people were all drinking Coors. I'm like, this is just a cheap lager, guys.
Hold on.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, I remembered. Okay, so there was a period in my, I want to say youth. I was 21, but my drink of choice was the Seagram's Wild Berry wine cooler.
Seagram's Wild Berry? Wonder if you can still get it.
I doubt it. I don't know. I haven't looked.
We can check into that. I wonder if...
I haven't had a Seagram's Wild Berry wine cooler in at least
circa
30 years.
1987, was that product made with actual berry flavor?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah. It makes you wonder. And, of course, that really brings up the whole topic of, like, candy-flavored alcohol. And I think, yeah, this is a really... I don't even want to talk about that because of the way it's marketed. That is really shaky.
Bartles and James.
Oh, yeah, seriously, Amy. Bartles and James was a nationally distributed brand of what? WPLJ. White port lemon juice. That's what they were selling.
Saying it.
Usually usually some kind of white wine with some acid added to it. So like, W is the white, the P is the port, the L is the lemon, the J is the juice.
Oh, I went to college in the town where they made Genesee.
Hey, how about that?
I love it.
Genesee still being sold in the 30-pack of cans, and I think that the cream ale is...
Gotta pick one up.
It's easily my favorite, easily available old man beer. Although, if I can get it, I'm really partial to Valentine. But that's just a little recidivist of me. If I could get Falstaff, I would do that, but that's long gone. Long gone.
I honest to God can't tell the difference.
I have taken the challenge myself many times, and I can't say that I would win. So no matter how many of these I consume...
I think last year... I always take the challenge.
You take the challenge.
And I think last year I got 0 correct.
No, you got 50. You were 50.
I think last year I got 9.
You were 50-50 last year. I'm telling you. Yeah, you were. You're pretty good for 50-50. Beyond that, it's all random and...
Pure guessing.
I know that it's silly. Although last year, 2 different folks took it down.
They did.
4 for 4. That's astonishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. We got to get up there. We haven't explored New York enough.
There are plenty of places. We have certainly been to the Buffalo area.
We have.
We have not been to the Rochester area, and there's a lot of fun happening in that area. Syracuse, a lot of fun. Fairly well-known college. What is the name of that anyway? Really, there's just this fantastic stuff happening.
What's happening in New York, and we gotta check it all out.
Even our local county is something exploding with motion picture production. Well, that's kind of good for us. We're doing that.
Well, yeah. Well, no, it's good and bad for us.
Yeah, it means that like we manage to lose on locations from time to time because we get scooped by the big boys. But it's good because it's happening, and there suddenly are people available who've been trained. Well, good. Because we're trying to produce product, and if the big boys are doing it, then people know how to do it. And we can get crew. And that's it. At the end of the day, we just need better financing, and we would produce 100,000 things. That's it.
We're working on it.
I'm not doing it out of my pocket, but neither is anybody else. So let's be real. Let's be real. Exactly. We have good ideas. You write good scripts. So this is the kicker.
I try my best.
Did we just see some hearts for Jenny Cream Ale?
I think we did.
Oh, yeah. I like Jenny Cream.
Yay for Jenny Cream Ale.
Yay for Jenny Cream. It's a good product. You have to have it very, very cold, or it's terrible. But a lot of beer is pretty terrible if it's not very, very cold. And of those, I would definitely do the Jenny Cream, the Valentine, and what else is kicking around that I like a lot? The flagship Narragansett product is actually a very good product, surprisingly.
And we have some this year that they're the Jaws cans.
Yep. The Quint cans.
Like Quint has
Quint
in
cans,
Jaws.
the popular. We
Yes,
actually...
If you're going to bother, get the Quint cans.
For the first time, we will have some peels in there. I got to say that back in the day, I remember trying peels and saying, this is a terrible peel.
Before?
No, we've never had peels. No.
All right, well.
And we have actually had people donate some hams to the cooler. Maybe that'll happen this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's still available. If
Natty
there's anything
Bo.
really weird. Oh, Natty Bo comes to us from down in Balmer.
Yep.
We have some Balmer associates who might be able to contribute to such things. And if anybody is coming in from the Midwest and can bring us a 12-year-old...
Yes, the Quint cans. Yes.
Anybody coming in from the Midwest who can bring us a 12-year-old Blatz, that would be awesome.
The year we had Blatz.
We had a lot of Blatz.
It's like shots.
Blatz,
it's like shots on Laverne and Shirley.
Blatz is still being made by Pabst. It's really cheap, and it serves up as Old Man Premier.
If you're driving anyway, and you have room for a 6-pack.
Crush it like Quint. Now, Quint at the time was crushing a steel can. That is not an easy concept.
No, but...
That was pretty heavy.
I rewatched that scene recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I rewatched all of the highlight scenes from Jaws. I didn't watch the whole movie because I didn't have time, but...
Yeah, well, time is at a premium.
But all of the pertinent scenes, including where he gets eaten.
Oh, my. Well... Everybody is fish bait eventually, I guess.
Toby says we can't get hams anymore.
Oh!
Ah!
I'll be honest. I was thinking of you because you had contributed it, and I thought that you might be able to do it again, but you can't! Which means you need to find something else. There must be something in there. There must be something unusual. Who knows? It's a drag, I tell you.
Supply line issues.
Supply line issues.
What can you say?
We'll try our best. Last year we actually had... I couldn't get this in cans. What a drag. There was the Yuengling, what is their premium ale?
We're awash in Yuengling, so...
Yeah, Lord
Chesterfield
Ale. That's actually a really good product. Made in Pennsylvania. And I can only find that in bottles. That really kind of scotches it for the old man beer thing for me. It has to be in cans.
From the land of sky blue waters. I remember those commercials.
I don't. But we had the Gansey commercials, and anybody can sing that along with me, I tell you.
Yeah, we didn't get those.
In fact, I should probably pick up a 12-year-old blow Chesterfield and throw it in the cooler. That's actually a good product.
All right, do it.
I like that a lot. What the hell? Do it. We did the ale challenge last year. You know what? People really sung with that one. I liked the ale challenge. I like those beers.
Well, it'll be fascinating to see what happens with the old man malt liquor.
All of you who would like to step up and identify these fine malt liquors.
You got what? Old English, Mickey's, and Colt 45 so far.
The big three. If I can find a fourth, we're in. If I can't, it's the big three, folks. I've tried really hard to find Country Club. Nobody will sell it to me. And it's still being sold, which makes it a drag. We always try to deliver on Saturday for you because this is entertainment.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Oh, what?
It's a YouTube video on the Weird Food History Channel. Oh, okay.
Weird food. Yeah.
I gotta figure out what you're...
Look, there used to be Midwest beers.
Oh, yeah.
Rhinelander, Point, Potosi. Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
I've never seen these in person.
Are they still made? Because if these are still made, we might need to plan some sort of road trip.
Rendezvous in Ohio? We can get there. That's not that hard.
Wisconsin, where you are, and like pick up some and do the Old Man Midwest Beer Challenge.
Old Man Beer Exchange? We can do that.
We'll bring you some... Old Man West, Northwest. Like, we can go to all different parts of the country and pick up beer.
Trade you some Gansett.
And do challenges.
I'm just saying, we can do that. I would trade you some Rheingold, but it's not being made anymore. Somebody really needs to do that. That was a classic brand right there. Better. We've had that in our time.
Ballantine is still being made, Abra.
Yes. Pabst makes Ballantine. You should be able to get that in a 16-ounce can over at the store at the train station where I originated from Hoboken. Hoboken train station had the 16-ounce cans.
You originated at the Hoboken train station?
Yes. Many people did. after all. But you can find Valentine. Pabst makes it. The cans actually say it's made by Falstaff. That's long gone. If anybody wants to start making Falstaff again, that was a venerable brand, even if they ran a lot of brands into the ground. And if anybody wants to make a Knickerbocker again, there's a venerable brand, New York beer. It's been a long time since a Nick, but some people here remember having a few. So
Knickerbockers?
Knickerbocker. Yep.
I do not ever remember seeing that available, but
I
lived in the West, so
long gone at the time. You remember Heffenreffer Private Stock, not available. That was malt liquor.
Says Narragansett has a Bohemian Pilsner.
Oh wow! Hey, Bohemia.
Haven't had that.
Bohemia, baby.
We can get a few Narragansett products. Witness the Shandy. But I haven't seen that one. We're not typically getting the specialty products, but our distributor is good, and we can ask about it. Yeah, he can probably get it. He can probably get the Gansett products. They're being distributed well. And I'm trying to think of what else back in the day. There were so many brands. Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve.
Oh, Weinhardt's. I don't ever remember that, but you remember that.
Okay, the commercials I remember from my youth, Lowenbrau.
Mm-hmm.
And Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve. Those are the ones I remember.
Until very recently, I could have gotten Heffenreffer. And for the Malt Liquor Challenge, that would have been perfect. And it is off the market.
Oh,
and what a shame.
I want to try it.
And what a shame. One of these days, perhaps again.
Henry Weinhardt. There you go.
There's soda? Okay.
Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve.
You know, it's cream soda.
I just remember the commercials.
Hop Valley Revives.
Wait, what?
It's being made again?
It's making me enter my birth date. Hold on.
Make it fake. Make it fake. I'll tell you.
All right, what year was your mother born?
1924. There you go. Boom, done. Why tell them the truth?
Hop Valley Revives Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve in limited markets. No, you can get it.
Weinhardt's is right there in the can. Hello.
Wow.
Well, that's going to be a particular place.
Albert remembers Lowenbrau.
Oh, yeah. Lowenbräu. I remember a few of these, most of the Gansett products. There was apparently a high-octane Gansett that was not served in cans. I do not know what this was.
I remember Asti Spumante, too.
Yep, you know.
Oh, man.
Heffenreffer is gone. Off the market.
Oh, he
kaput.
Left. He left.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I would so have featured that. And it used to be available everywhere. I remember seeing it until very recently and gone. So what can I tell you? By the time I think about it, it's gone. You got to act on these things right now. Someone needs to revive it. I'm just telling you.
Heffenrecker, as you called it.
Yeah. Well, many people called it Heffenrecker back in the day. But ultimately, the gravity on that beer was probably 5.5. Take a look at your average IPA these days, which is probably about 7.5, and you're like, what? This is like nothing. Malt liquor is so overrated for what it is, or even was, that it's ridiculous, and thus the challenge, and away we go. See if you can identify 3. I'll make it easy on you. If I can find a 4th that isn't St. Ides, I'll do it. I just want to keep it real.
Asti Spumante. Asti Spumante.
Renita on ice. Say yes.
Reuniti. These are all so cheesy.
Don't forget Baby Sham.
Baby. Oh, that's British.
Yep. There is a French. There's an American champagne, you know. Anyway. Oh, the French champagne.
Oh, man.
Well.
It's that time.
It's that time of day when you can say, come on ahead for the cheap beer. Well, we've been talking about a lot of cheap beers out there.
You better submit that to ASCAP quick.
ASCAP's going to say, pay us royalties. I'm going to say, I didn't sing that. Nope. That's the stuff. Anybody remember rock and roll beer? Yeah.
Oh,
no, you don't.
He just threw down.
No, you don't.
Now we got to open another one.
I actually did buy a 6-liter rock and roll beer at the time. It was made by Falstaff. It was not good.
Oh, Errol, thank you.
Well, you know something? I'm so glad to have met you.
We appreciate you too.
So glad to have met you through this venue because we wouldn't have otherwise either.
Crazy horse. Hey. Oh, crazy horse.
Well, Toby, you've thrown down the gauntlet. If you can get me 2 40s of Crazy Horse, it's in. If you can't, I'm going to tan your hide. I'm not going to do that. It's off the market. It's gone. Crazy Horse got a lot of flack at the time for appropriating the Native American community, as it probably ought to have. So it changed up, and then it's off the market. Long gone. Gone. Dead.
I didn't know about that.
Dead. Anyway. Yeah, I looked that up on maltliquor.com.
Things I've learned on maltliquor.com. He looked it up on maltliquor.com.
There's a whole site devoted to all these things. Oh, man, the things. If only Foster's made a high gravity, it would be in, I tell you. Because that's a classic in the big cans. Anyway.
Look. We will be going live next week from Lake George. Come hell or high water. It might be high water.
I hope it's not high water because that would be very high to overreach the pool.
But he'll be in the pool. I will be wherever. I'm not going to get busted.
I'm going to be floating with a...
Hopefully he'll still be alive.
Glass of something. I'll have a floaty. Come on.
Not just floating the pool because, anyway, whatever. I watch a lot of true crime.
What, face down like in Sunset Boulevard?
I watch a lot of true crime.
Different kind of thing. So, but we will have a great time. We will do what the hell we can to broadcast from there purposefully. We will probably be interrupted because the Wi-Fi is terrible.
I hope so.
But
I hope.
Damn it!
If we're going live,
we're going to see you.
If we're live next Wednesday and you're there and you're thinking like, oh no, I shouldn't interrupt them. Interrupt us. We want to see you.
No, if you're there, stop by.
Come be in our video.
Stop by, say hi, be in my video, and have a malt liquor with us, will you? Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Be real.
We love you all.
If you weren't here, I'd be talking to the wall.
Exactly.
That's a simple fact.
Ranting at the wall.
So we have had all 4 coasts talking to us. Sometimes we've had Australia.
All 4
Good
coasts?
grief. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Of course. But it's fantastic to see you as always. We'll see you in a week from Warren County.
Next week. I'm trying to figure out where the 4th coast is.
Oh, you know where the 3rd coast is. Good. And as always, no matter where you are,